Ahem. A cough, cough. I need to post, and then I need to make audio go. Shit. What's my fucking link? Spoon. Hi, how's it going? Hold on, you're just in time for. There it is, like songs. What the dog doing? Thank you, Soren. I don't know why I had my audio so high. I don't know if it was that loud for all of you guys, but that just destroyed my ears. 4 months. Thank you so much, Soren. How you doing?
Did you ever feel me? Would you ever picture us?
Hi, we.
Every time I pull my hair, well, it's only out of fear that you'll find me ugly and one day you'll disappear. Because what's the point of crying? It was never even love.
Does my audio sound normal? I added a pop filter to my microphone. I've had it for probably 3 years, and I just found it. It should sound, I'm gonna guess, the exact same. But it makes me feel more special, because it's like, I can move it around. I can edit it. Hot edit, hot swap. No, good enough, no.
Yeah, I'm good enough. In my suit or with my hoodie up. Just listen to this verse, folks. They say that I'm good enough. Grabbing my think about shit
chicken with ranch. Ooh. Fried chicken, I should hope. Fried chicken with like a ranch sauce, maybe with some fried or baked potatoes as well. Raw chicken, not that. I don't think that's the case. I don't think Solren would eat raw chicken. Solren does kind of, I'm like 50% sure it's fried. That's a way too low of a percentage. You gotta up those numbers, queen. Dun 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 dun. Go tell him that. Good enough, good enough, good enough, good enough. This song is probably the worst one to start the streams off to because it's just permanently out. My brain's just locked into it. I can't talk about anything else other than just this song playing in my head. Maybe it's just really grilled, like burned? Oh, hi, Zams. I just saw all your messages. I haven't had time to respond to them, though. Danny would totally fall to the sirens. No, I'd put waxed cotton in my ears. I would be able to overcome. Hold on. Let's play a song that this is 5 minutes long. A thematic song, that's right. The second song from Hadestown, the musical that I watched, that we will be talking about in a few moments. Why is everyone off of the fucking... Why are all your little... all my little critter friends? They're entirely off the screen. Oh, there we go. Do I have to just do this? Yeah, I do have to do that. Hold on. Oh, Trash King, are you a little fucking kitty cat? I think you're a little kitty cat. Look at you. Wiggle, wiggle. Oh, where's Ren? There. Stimulus. There you go. Have I seen that fantasy musical game? I have not seen the fantasy musical game, no. Well, that's so cool. Yeah, you can also edit your little friend down there. I think there's some things where you have to like pay, and it might give me money. Don't do that shit. I don't think I have that enabled. I might have intentionally disabled that. It's a Greek mythology fantasy musical game. I would be totally into that. I love Greek mythology. All right, we're gonna get in 2 minutes. Nah, we don't have to wait for it. All right, let's just get into it. Let's go to the live scene. Welcome to the Hadestown recap. For those of you who is everyone, because I have not said this to anyone yet, I saw Hadestown over this past weekend. If you don't know it, it's a play. I went into the big city and watched. Is this a fucking PowerPoint? This is in fact a fucking PowerPoint. I went into the big city and I saw a play. So we're gonna go over some of the Hades nuts. Exclamation mark -2. Not a command. I can't put... Maybe I'll put... Oh, I can put my little critters somewhere else. My critters should be bigger, though. Why are you guys so small? There we go. You read Perception for the first time? Perception's my favorite fucking thing of all time. Actually, let's keep this on, like, now. Let's play, like, this. Jesus!
What the dog doing?
I was looking at my other fucking screen. Why am I so small? Is my audio small? Do I sound small and tiny? Beep 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 beep. Hey, I'm not peeking at all. All right, I'm just gonna pull it in even further. You sound no smaller than usual. Well, now I should be way louder and like impossible. James 7 T style creatures. Yes, this is stream elements. Streaming avatars. It's a free Twitch, free Steam thing that you can use. Everyone should watch or listen to all, or not neither of those things. Read all of Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus. I am a huge fan. Why are you guys all like fucking in the ground? Okay, I need to focus. Traveling. So had to go into DC. DC drivers fucking insane. I had to, while I was doing it, you can listen to it if it's an audiobook, fair. Most people, when they think of a book, they just think about not looking at, yeah. Had to go into DC. Multiple occasions, I had people that were just parked in the middle of the road. Like, on one occasion, they had hazards on. On the other occasions, they did not have hazards on. And, oh, don't watch the movie. And the King Chronicles are good, but not really great. But didn't have hazards on, and were just there. And I was waiting for them to keep moving, and people were honking at me as if I was the problem. And I eventually started going. One time I was in the left-hand turn lane to go to take a left, and it was a red light, and the person behind me was honking during the red light, and then passed me, and then went around to go to the left. Like, they made an illegal left turn by passing me on a red light. It was insane. It makes no fucking sense. Yeah, DC drivers, I don't know. Half of them feel like they're just asleep while they're trying to drive. Apparently you can turn left in some states. You cannot in DC. It is illegal to do so. One time, oh my god. It was horrible. DC drivers were absolutely terrible. Luckily I didn't get hit, but I would not be surprised if I did get hit. So the next thing, I was going here from a family outing. It was about, I think, like an hour away, and I left like an hour and a half early. I'm like, I want to get some time just in case. My family was like, no, leave it an hour. I'm like, no, leave it an hour and a half early. I leave. I get there at my, I finally find this place I'm trying to park. So the other thing too is that I look online. Apparently all the parking garages close on the weekend for no reason. Didn't know that was a thing. So I could only go to like one place that was like a mile away, like whatever, that's fine. I go, I park, I come out, and it says, all right, go straight on this road, keep going. So I keep going, and then it says like accurate location used on my phone. I'm like, okay, good, cool, whatever. And then, I kept walking, and, I find out that I'm walking perpendicular to where I need to go. And my phone just didn't tell me. Like, no rerouting, just showed me the map and then, like, didn't show, like, showed me walking away from it and didn't update. I was on 5G, too. Like, it should have made sense. Super annoying. Had to, like, backtrack, walk over. I end up getting to the venue at 7:40 for a 7:30 show. I, like, run up. I'm, like, jogging. I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I look like a dumbass. I'm like, they're like, hey, like, we don't need to, like, you don't have a bag, so we don't need to, like, watch you or anything. I'm like, okay, cool. Run in, I'm like, are you guys still seating? And they, like, look at the doors are closed. And I'm like, yeah, are you guys still seating for Hadestown? And they're like, yeah, you can walk in. So I go and I walk in. Yes, you haven't missed too much. I'm just talking about, traveling to get into Hadestown. So I get in. We're now 10 minutes past the scheduled starting time. I walk to someone, and I show them my ticket on my phone, and it says, oh, I'm in, like, row D. And they're like, oh, okay, that's row D. And I'm like, they're like, what seat are you? I'm like, I'm seat 105. They're like, oh, go to the other row over there. Like, walk back to the front and go to the other row and try to get in that way. So I'm like, okay. So I walk around. As I'm walking to my seat, lights dim, and the guy starts singing. And I'm like, oh, God. Okay, it's playing. So I go to, here's the other thing, too. the markers for what letter row you're in are on the armrest. So everyone's arms are on the thing. So I can't tell which row is my row. So I get like all the way in, and I finally find my friend who I was going. Hey, Chris. I finally find my friend who I was going with, and if it plays with you, it's normal. It's only when you're alone, unless you're playing Doom IRL. Things happen. It's unfortunately. So listen. Oh God, it gets worse. Okay, so I'm going in, and I'm like looking at everyone's hands stuff, and I'm like, oh God, I can't. Like, I just need to sit down somewhere. So I find row B, like 2 rows from the front. There's just an open thing on the end. I just come and sit down, and I'm like, okay, I just need to like sit down somewhere. And then I look and I find my friend, and they're like a thing behind me. And I'm like, okay, that's my seat. That's my seat's right next to my friend. I'll just go get them. Well, that's the other thing too, is they're always open seats. And so I go there, but there's 7 people that are all in the seats between the empty row and my seat, and they're actively singing. The production is going on. They're like looking at the crowd. They're like getting jazz and everything. And I'm like, ah. So I go back one more behind my friend, where there's only 2 people. This is not my seat that I'm going to, but the entire middle row is empty. So I'm like, oh God, excuse me, I'm so sorry, I have to get in. And this like older couple looks at me like, if they could have killed me right there, they probably should have. Yeah, so this is where we are, actually sitting down. They were just looking at me, they're like, they didn't say a word. I like running, like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I sit down in the middle of like 5 empty seats. And I'm a big guy, so I'm actually kind of happy about this. Like, my legs are like a little bit spread, and I keep looking over my shoulder the entire play. I'm like, someone's gonna come kick me out, and I'm gonna show them my thing, and I'm gonna say, no, don't kick me out. I need to be actually a row in front of me. Maybe I sat directly behind the seat that I needed to get into, and my thought process was, if they come to kick me out, I'll just jump over the seat. My seat, jump over the seat in front of me and get down onto the seat. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. But I'm like, oh, I'm wearing shorts that are a little bit tight. There's no way I'm going to be able to get over there without like falling and eating shit. What if they stop the play because I like break all my teeth, right? If I like fuck up jumping over the seat to get into my seat. And so this is still going through my mind until like 45 minutes into the play. Like, I'm like constantly looking over my shoulder. They have to imagine that I was like fucking my only thought is that like they thought I was like the son of Abraham Lincoln, and they thought I was gonna get like assassinated, because I'm like looking over my shoulder 24/7. I'm like, both my hands are on the seat rest, and I'm ready to just like push myself up for whatever reason. Eventually I start calming down. We'll get into the actual play after the point where I allow myself to calm down and enjoy it and say, there's enough empty seats here. They won't actually worry about me. We'll figure it out later. So this is the other thing about traveling. This is at the end. I ended up traveling at, I went to a parking garage, right? It was like the parking garage, and I checked the stub, and it's like parking garage on 15th Street. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll just like go to the one on my phone that has 15th Street. And I'll go to that one. I go there, and I'm with my friend, and I'm like, this isn't my parking garage. And they're like, oh, okay, well, you want to find it? And I'm like, well, I went to the only one that's on 15th Street. I don't know why, like, this isn't the right one. So I'm like 80-80 strafing while my friend's just like politely waiting for me to find out which parking garage I'm at. There's 3 different parking garages with the exact same name on the exact same street. Why did they do that? Why didn't they say like 15th and 11th or what, 15th and J or whatever it is? Why would they just say on 15th Street and not specify? It was the most insane shit. So I was like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm just going to start walking to come with me, because I was dropping them home. Come with me. I'm going to start walking to the other one, and I'll just see if that's it. And then luckily I'm like, okay, this is it. I find it. We end up having to go down. It's fine. The parking was actually kind of cheap. For DC, it was like $4 an hour or something. So it was pretty good. But a nightmare. Small thing about the parking too. I got there like 2 minutes after the hour tick. I think I got there at like 7:25, and then I ended up like getting there at like 10:27, so it charged me an extra hour. I was annoyed about that. $4 wasn't that big of a problem. Let's get to the actual play though. So here's the cast. If any of you have seen Hadestown online, you would know that this is their touring cast. This is not the main cast, which is fine. Like, everyone here did a very good job. Everyone sounds very different than the songs you would hear on Spotify and on YouTube, which was totally chill. I want to point out specifically Hermes, Nathan Lee Graham, who you can't see because I have chat here, unfortunately. He was incredible. He was Hermes. His like stage presence was like just awesome. It was really cool. Persephone was fun. Orpheus, J. Antonio Rodriguez, probably my second favorite vocal performance, and I'll get into like kind of my reflections on the entire thing at the end. And then the three fates, which I believe these are not the right fates. I think these are actually the non-touring fates. All three were really good too. Like great performances. It was awesome. Now, if you've seen Hadestown, you might notice that there's one person in the cast that's missing, and that is Hades. And I looked for probably an hour to get good enough pictures of this guy. This guy looked immaculate. He looked really good. I forgot. Yeah, Matthew Patrick Quinn is Hades, and I have a couple pictures here. The man was dripped out. He comes in this outfit's what he's in most of the play. This like leather overcoat underneath like a fully black outfit. The single white streak in his hair. This like arm tat that I checked that was on the actual actor and on everything else. He looked really good. Like I think he was probably like my favorite like looking like the design of his like outfit, the way he like went through everything. It was a very stunning performance. And he's like shown in the beginning, and then he has something, I forgot his line, but it's basically like hello, and his voice is like deep and like it's amplified and it's like sudden. And not to make this sound weird, but when you are sitting, he is raised. He looks way taller, and like everyone he's like interacting with are like really short. The Hadestown trading cards, I did see the trading cards. I didn't know why this was just on his Instagram. But like anyway, this man's stage presence was impressive. I later found out he is an actor that usually goes on like Disney cruises. He is the actor for like Scar and the evil guy from Aladdin on a bunch of those Disney cruises. And he looks like a guy who is like for sure uncut. This is some stage pictures that were not necessarily from this production. This one is, and I think this one is. Yeah, this middle fate was not the correct one. It was a different person. But like, look at this, right? It's just so gorgeous. These wings also. So I'll get into that. Pause. No, we're not pausing. We're moving on. These wings, I'll talk about them later, but keep them in mind. This was the Hermes that I was telling you guys about. Really good performance. Just the atmosphere here, right? This looked so cool. What's it called? Like the lighting, the smoke effects. They had a lot of smoke that was just kind of constantly going on. Like it was like flowing in. Yeah, it was these two fates and a third fate. I really like the third fate, who I don't have a picture for. But yeah, and the fates also played like musical instruments. I think it was really cool. We'll get into, this is going to be a quick recap of the plot of Hadestown. So you guys can feel free to read here. I'm just going to sum it up to the best of my knowledge and use this to try to help me a little bit. So basically, it's the story of Eurydice and Orpheus. Orpheus is a poor boy. I did not realize that they're in a speakeasy the entire time, but you can kind of see this, the set here. This is supposed to be like a speakeasy, I guess, kind of deal. So Eurydice is just like a poor woman. They fall in love, and she gets seduced by Hades to go down into basically Hades, hell. And they have a whole bunch of different options or a whole bunch of the different things that come on. This Why We Build the Wall was the first song that I heard. Pretty good, but delivered in a kind of a strange way. I don't think this plot will impact anyone too much. I'll give a quick review of the actual plot. Spoilers. In my opinion, it is very much the story of Orpheus and Eurydice without almost any like modifications. If you know what's going to happen, you know what's going to happen. That's basically it. Go into here. This is reflections. My reflections for someone who has seen theater, who has been in theater productions before, but it hasn't been a part of my adult life in a while. So happy Pride. I'll go back to show him. There were so many cute little pride things that were happening on. After intermission, Hermes came out, and these little feathers were rainbow colored. There was I think a trombonist who, like right after intermission, they like go through and they show like all the different like the music players, basically musicians that are going to be on. And she gives like a bow, and she has like a straw hat on, and she like takes it off, and she's wearing a rainbow bandana. And the playbills are rainbow. Like it's all small enough, but it's you know, it's awesome. It feels very inclusive. So I got, next time I do this, I have to fucking change my layout here. But this says the intermission woman. Now during intermission, I finally meet up with my friend, and we both head out. Or sorry, I head out. They stay down. I wanted to stretch my legs. I wanted to, you know, kind of calm down. Then I need eventually to go back in to go get in my seat. I walk out, and keep in mind we're in DC, and we're watching a play, right? Kind of a little bit of like a lower budget play. And I hear this woman come out, and she goes, "Well, I'm not a fucking liberal, Tom. So why would I like any of this?" And she like leaves. There's been nothing political. Like, it's just been the story of Orpheus and Eurydice. Like, there's nothing political at all. The only thing I can imagine is like she saw like the rainbow hat, and that was it. But this was before the rainbow wings, and this woman's storming out. She is pissed. Like, she is just like going off, and there's like a guy who looks like just kind of like sad. Yeah, these liberals and their Greek god. Exactly. There are some rainbows. There were some rainbows. Oh, before, yes, there were. I forgot. The stage lights were in rainbow, but that was before the play started. Like, actually, the actual play itself, there was not that much at that point. That was just extremely funny. Literally, yes. Feed Scout now, probably. So the last song they play before they go to intermission is called "Why We Build the Wall." And if you're kind of a dummy, you can kind of like listen to that and think, oh, because the song's like Hades, and he's basically like an oil baron. And why do we build the wall? We build the wall basically to like keep us all insular, and it provides basically like work for people to do to keep them employed and stuff. You can see like some parallels between that and like 2016. Why did we build, like, you know, the southern border wall, all this shit. But it makes no sense that that's in the play, because none of the other play is about Trump, because the play was made in 2006. So, like, if you're really looking for, like, a persecution complex, you can dig that out of there. But you gotta be searching for it. So, I don't know. I hope she had a good night after that. The play was very clearly not for her. This is my second recollection. So, as I was like, sitting down, right, I'm, like, looking back and forth. I'm like, I'm so nervous. I'm looking at the play. I finally get able to calm down. It looks so good. Like, I kept in my mind, I'm like, I've been around a lot of high tech. I've done a lot of like VR stuff, experimental VR stuff. I've done, you know, I'm obviously a PC enthusiast. I've never seen anything that looks as good as sitting and looking at a play, right? It's gorgeous. What they can do with lights, like what they're doing with smoke, even just like people walking up and down steps. I mean, like, you know, there's no more realistic actor than someone who's living and breathing in space. The actors are sweating through their clothes, right? They're like pulling at stuff, and, you know, everything wrinkles as it should. This is the dumbest thing to say, right? This makes no fucking sense, but it's so cool how, like, just seeing this, it feels like you're being transported somewhere else, but it's just happening in front of you, right? Even the coordination, right, for like dance pieces while they're singing, it all is like happening beautifully. And I don't know if I have it on here. I might get to it a little bit later. Yes. So this goes into this bit. Theater versus movies. So, like, I took a theater class in college, and like they said, one of the most important things, like why we still need theater, is because how many professional theater productions have you seen IRL before? I've seen you've taken your gamerness and transformed into awe and the beauty around you. Literally. So I was also wearing a mask, and I haven't worn like a tight mask in a while. I didn't realize until like more than halfway through the play, because I was like just dumbfounded. Literally, my jaw was dropped just like watching the performance. That it was like digging the fuck out of my ears, and like my ears had like red indents and they were hurting and stuff. I had to like loosen it up a little bit. But I was literally like jaw dropped just at like the scope, like just, I mean, the acting that you're seeing in front of you. If you see a Netflix show, you're like, okay, that actor, like, you know, they look like an actor, whatever, that's fine. But going and like seeing like these actors like perform, and it's also stage performances, right? They're making over exaggerated motions for the people in the back. It's such a beautiful thing to see. Even like the other thing too that I loved so much was I kept watching the side performances, like all the little people that weren't like actually in the scene. In the beginning of the play, I don't think it'll, hold on, let me go back through everything. I don't know if I have a way to show you guys. Yeah, right up here. So in the beginning of the play, this is a weird angle, this is like a very low shot angle of this, but there's a balcony, and at the beginning of the play, Hades and Persephone are just sitting on the balcony, and they're playing chess. And later on, Hades is up there, he's reading a newspaper, and then he like looks over, like you can, it's so interesting, like they're like kind of like NPCs, right? But they're living, breathing people, and they're acting like kind of in response to things that are happening on the play, but not really. Over here, you can see the band, and the band is like doing little things. There's like the performers over here. This guy, like it was like an older guy, kind of like playing the bass. He was just like kind of moving along. I don't think he was scripted to, but he was like, like gasping at like scenes. Like no one else was. I think he was just like having fun with it. But like that part was so much fun. Oh yeah, and then the lamp swinging. So in this scene right here, they are down in Hades, and these lamps are like pulled down from the roof, and at one point, these guys who are all the workers, they pull on them and they swing out into the audience, and they're lamps, they have lights, like you're getting almost blinded by this light, and you're like, oh shit, that's like kind of not offensive, what's the word for it? It's like, it's stunning, like just to get fucking flashbanged by this play, right? That doesn't happen. They're in the underworld. Yes, they're in the underworld. The play, so quick recap for people who don't know about the play. I went through the other thing, but I'll go through it super quick. Basically, Hades, sorry, Persephone and Hades got married a while ago. Persephone has to go down towards the down into Hades because she's married to Hades. Their relationship has lost their love. She comes down when she has to. She comes up when she is allowed to, basically. And there are no spring and there is no fall. There's only summer and winter when she's up and when she's down. And as a result, in summer, you party. There's so much stuff. There's all this stuff is plentiful. And in winter, you starve. There is like not much around. You were said they were in Hades. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go through just a quick recap anyways. Hermes is like kind of like a free guy. He can kind of move through. The Fates don't really exist. They're kind of just like around. And Orpheus he's writing a song, and he's writing an old song that can bring back spring and fall, so that people can kind of like live throughout the year and not just be suffering. He and Eurydice fall in love, and over a little bit of time, he becomes like kind of wrapped up on his work, basically. And but Eurydice, who is like this, you know, poor kind of like, you know, street I don't know, roamer, I guess. She like doesn't have food to eat. Like she doesn't have anything to do. And Hades says, come down to the underground where there's gold, where there's riches, and where there's work. And if you do so, you know, you won't be hungry anymore. There will always be work to do. And she kills herself so that she can go down into the underground, because she doesn't see any other options. And there's also a really cool line by the Fates that are like, you know, you can judge because you have a belly full of food. You know, hunger makes people do things. Welcome to, okay. Very good, Zams. Thank you. Hunger makes people do things that you can't judge because you've never been this hungry before. So that was a pretty potent thing. Orpheus finishes his song and then realizes that she's gone. And he has to like run down to the underground. In the play's like lingo, there is a train that you'll hear a train whistle constantly. A train takes you to the underground, takes you back up. He has to walk. And while he's walking, he's like avoiding capture and all this stuff. And the swinging lamps come on. Where are they? Oh, here. They come on as he's trying to avoid capture. They like come down and they're swinging in. So you get this paranoid feeling of like, I'm like exposed in the audience. There's a lamp that's just swinging and like shining directly at me. I feel like Orpheus does here. Orpheus gets down. He starts like a revolution of all the people that live down there. And he sings the song to Hades, which sparks love back in Hades' heart. And Hades has an option that the Fates basically present him. They're like, if you kill Orpheus and you keep Eurydice down here, they become martyrs. And, you know, their story becomes like able to be like transposed to other people. And not only that, like the song that was sung changed Hades. He saw the love in his heart. He knows that this is his last chance with Persephone. If he kills them, Persephone loves them. She will always hate him. But if you let them go, then you have like a soft hand on your kingdom, and it, people will continue to revolt. It'll get worse for you. You'll lose everything that you have. So he agrees to let Eurydice and Orpheus go on the condition that Orpheus cannot turn back to notice or to look at Eurydice to make sure that she's coming with him while they're making the long walk up towards the top. And during the walk down and during the entire play, Orpheus has been sort of like a dreamer, right? He's got love in his heart. Who the fuck exploded? How the fuck did you guys just explode? What just happened? There's always been love in their heart, So he's always like a eternal optimist. He's always just like saying things. There is a bomb action. Okay, I see. Beat Scout now. Are you a little slug? You look like a little slug. Anyways, he comes down. He's a dreamer. And as he's coming back up, he's beginning, like, despair is starting to set in. He's like, Eurydice left me to go down to Hades. What are the chances she's still with me? Maybe she's not. Well, that's happening. Eurydice, who is a pessimist, becomes more of an optimist, and she's like, I can't believe Orpheus did this. We're gonna have a long, happy life. And as they're exiting on the way out, it's told 1,000 different times. Spoilers for the tale of Orpheus and Eurydice from -30 trillion BCE. Orpheus looks back at her at the last moment. Doubt kicks in, despair settles in, and as he does, he realizes that he shouldn't have despaired. He shouldn't have looked at her. He should have trusted her. And then she was taken back down into Hades, and he was allowed to live. And that's basically the end of the play. Hermes comes back out at the end, and he's like, it's an old song, it's a sad song. We sing it to remember Orpheus, to remember Eurydice, and we keep playing it so that we hope that that will change eventually, but it will never change. This is the song that's always happened, which is it's very interesting. If I didn't know like the play was going to happen that way, then I think it would have changed me, but I knew it was going to happen, and I was honestly hoping they would subvert my expectations because I'm Game of Thrones pilled, which is why I didn't have too much fun with it. But I thought it was pretty good. Voice. This play made me want to start voice training, not in the trans femme way, but I mean, if in theory, sure. Like the way people speak and craft their voice and hold themselves, like the notes they can hit by talking, their like range in the way they're speaking, even just pacing. It made me so like incredibly like enamored, because you had people that like put all of this like physical action into like, playing their instruments, and then you just have people that were singing. It's such a like a wonderful concept. And it's something else that doesn't leave you ever, right? You can always hum things to yourself. You can sing as beautiful as these people can sing. And after it, I was like, you know what? I think I want to change something. I want to get like into singing, or at least just like maybe take a look at my own voice, and reflect on it, listen to myself back sometimes, and figure out what I can do to make myself sound a little bit better. Yeah, exactly. I need to like look on YouTube and like see like what voice training is available, but I think it's a cool idea. I mentioned an intro to theater class, and they did crazy voice warm-ups, where like, it's kind of hard to do some of the shit if you are not like one of the ones is like scream at the top of your lungs and the highest pitch you can for like 5 seconds. And it was very freeing, but you can't do that in an apartment. You can't do that. You can do that like on the road if you're driving like down, the highway, but you can't do that in most cities and stuff. Oh, okay. I'll hit you up. I kind of wanted to try it. That was like something I took away from this. I was like, the amount of like things these people can do, and it always sticks with you, is so cool. That, and also like, just streaming as a concept, right? If you're going to be talking for 4 hours, I should probably do some warm-ups. I should probably do something that will like help me, not feel like I have a sore throat at the end of the day. Anyways, water. You don't do voice warm-ups? No, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I just some of the days if I'm streaming on someone else's channel, I don't talk like the entirety of the day, and then I just get on and start talking for like 8 hours, which probably can't be healthy. But I mean, you know, it's not hurting me. Maybe, who knows? We'll figure it out. I'll look into it later. This is my reflections on theater, and these are reflections on me. These are some ideas that I've like thought of about myself after like watching this play. So one of the things, a bunch of the performers and the actors that were in the play were not the traditional people you would see in a Hollywood movie. They were people who were short, tall, skinny, fat. You know, there were people with you know, a lot of skin exposed that, you know, if people saw them walking down the street, they wouldn't necessarily say, "Oh, that person for sure goes on a stage and performs like with their shirt off the entire day." And it was extremely cool. It was very fun to see like a diverse assortment of body types and people that were performing without having to have some sort of strange, you know, body that wasn't, in my view, like, you know, attainable or sustainable from the average person. It was very reassuring seeing that. I was like, damn, you know, if they can do it, if they can make it, then maybe we can all make it, you know, in whatever bodies that we see fit. That was cool. I already went through this one. I made one reflections and then I copied this over. But yes, voice is an immense instrument. Obviously, there's a lot of different like options here, right? A lot of wiggle room and what you can do with your voice. I may have an audio processing disorder. So after the first couple minutes of the play, they were singing, and I haven't heard all the songs. I heard a couple of the songs. I found myself looking down at the people's feet on multiple occasions because I'm like, where's the subtitles? I can't understand a fucking word they're saying. None of this makes any sense. They just said, "I like a why," and I'm like, I don't know what that means. So maybe it was because I was stressed and I wasn't focusing on it. Later on, like near the end of the play, they slowed down. It was a little bit easier for me, but maybe I, you know, maybe I might have to worry about, maybe there's something else I can look into too. Maybe I can just like close my eyes and work on hearing things more. But yeah, I was surprised by the lack of captions in real life, though the graphics obviously were pretty good. That's it. Quick 38-minute recap of Hadestown. I don't know why I throw these questions thing on here. I don't know what questions people would have. But there's that. We're gonna open up the poll for game. That was really fun. Thank you. What game to play? 3-minute poll. Oh god, what fucking games do I... Oh no, my Steam. That's actually fine. I forgot Steam's actually fine to look at. What's another fucking... What's a game? What's like a game? Darkest Dungeon 2. Darkest Dungeon 2. And how about Binding of Isaac? Binding of Isaac. Rebirth. Start poll. 3 minutes. There we go. Oh god, you're a fucking gamer? I know. I'm sorry. If it makes you feel better, I don't like video games. Would you like to go see more live theater productions now? I would. I think that'd be fun. I want to find a play that like kind of resonates with me. In theory, this play resonated with me a lot, but I think they didn't like delve into the universe enough. I want a crunchy play I can sink my teeth into. Did I have a favorite character? You mean probably Hades? Either, if not Hades, Hermes. Like great actors, great performances. I think Hermes really did have probably the best performance. Pac-Man Solitaire. It's really has many thoughts about it all. I was telling my friend that it was right that I was going through everything. I was sitting through it all, and at the end of it, I'm like, I gotta write some of the shit down. There were so many thoughts I had throughout all of this. This was like a truly a formative experience with my idea about kind of what's going on here. I did not watch any of the Summer Game Fest days. There's a Spider-Verse show. There's a DC show, like a TV show. Wait, a Spider-Verse TV show? That actually sounds kind of good. I like the first Spider-Verse. I did not see the second one, though I know about Hobie. Sandy, you allowed voter fraud? Yeah. Oh, there's a Spider-Verse theater production in DC. Oh, that might be fun. That might be fun. I might want to go see that. Yeah, I allow voter fraud in this. I like it. Maybe opera next time. I don't know if I'd like an opera. I think it's just because if I can't comprehend when they're singing like normal songs, I will not be able to understand jack shit in an opera. With real spiders. I don't think there's real spiders in the Spider-Man live action play, though I could be wrong. I'm willing to be wrong. Willing to listen and learn. No, this is not Spider-Man the musical. This is Spider-Man Spider-Verse musical. So the Spider-Man musical, they had like 30 people get like horribly injured on all of the things. Hearing an opera singer sing in a theater is an experience. Maybe I will do an opera once or twice then. I'm sure then if that's the case, then opera is probably one of those forms that like from the 1900s have been like overacted with the intent that you don't need to understand what they're saying so that you can kind of see it. If it's been a foreign language thing in America or any English speaking country for long enough, it's probably comprehensible enough. I don't know. I like the concept of like, watch The Ring, not gonna watch The Ring. I won't be watching The Ring. The show, the one where if you watch it, it kills you in like a week or whatever. I will not be watching The Ring, unfortunately. TF2 has 1. Oh, you got 3 points. Cool. Overwatch, 1 point for Overwatch. Awesome. Watch that thing. You got it. Yay for voter fraud. Listen, my thought process is if there is one person who really wants me to do something, and there is 1,000 people who are kind of mad about me doing something, I'll do what the one person wants me to do. The one Futurama episode? Well, now I can't think about anything except for the Futurama episode with the hedonism bot, where he's like, feed me grapes. That one, that guy. Hey, it's the winter 2020 cosmetic case. Oh, I have to change this so that... Oh, wait, hold on, is audio picking up? Do I have audio on? No, I don't. Yeah. Is audio picking up now? Ooh, surgery at an opera? How'd roll? How come you're only a contract killer 2, Sanity? Because I can't fucking play comp. Look at this. Hacker, 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 hacker. This one wasn't a hacker. I went 10-0 on this goalie wash game. I won with 0 kills on this game. Like, it's crazy. Thank you for the educational stream. Look at the TF2 economy crash, and oh my god. Oh, did you watch like a YouTube video on it? It's so good. It's so funny. The TF2, yeah, it is a very interesting economy crash to watch. It was a little bit self-inflicted. Sorry, it was probably entirely the earbuds training. Yeah, and I forgot who was in the Mr. Knight, whoever was in the call, the chat last time. They actually like got buds initially. But yeah, buds were like what, like over $100, and then now they tanked to like however much. It's just insane. Yes, the 100% chance of unusuals. That one was for sure self-inflicted. That one was one where like for sure that was going to be a problem. And they didn't fix when they fixed it. I don't think they like reverted anything. The crate depression. Yes, that's what it was. Let's look for like Uncle Topia. I was playing back when TF2 when it was like 10 ref to 1 key. My friend was playing when it was 3.3 ref to a key. Why? Oh, what happened? Oh, this one. What happened to Uncle Topia? There we go, Uncle Topia. There's not a single player on Uncle Topia server. Oh, it's up here. Why is it not latency capped? 50. Thrembo. That's not right. I don't know what the fuck Thrembo is. Uncletopia? Is that like a stink uncle? Uncletopia is a server run by Uncle Dane, who is a content creator of the community. Doesn't make too much content anymore, but it's Uncle Dane's stink uncle. Oh, does he suck now? I forgot what I was talking to. Warning, you failed check 1 for latency? The fuck just happened to me? What is going on? The game has stopped working. Okay, to answer your question, Uncle Dane is a guy who runs some TF2 servers that are actually pretty good. They have like things made about them where oh shit, I gotta change my this fucking stream info. 1 second. When your comp is that what happened? The comp match loaded as I loaded into the server, so it fucked up. Hold on, I gotta change my stream info. You guys can watch.
Let us butt heads.
Here, look at my frog.
Butt my head. Right here.
Do I have to like do it like this? No, not
Just
that.
lay your
Oh my god, let me
weapons
change the
down
fucking
and walk
stream
away.
thing. Wait. Wait.
Let us butt heads.
I have to fucking move a little bit closer. God damn it.
Let us butt heads.
There we go.
Right here.
Good. Okay. I need to change my stream info. Oh, he died! He fucking died in!
Let us butt heads.
Oh, hold on, I gotta fucking mute chat.
Tay la tête. Butt my head.
Also, there's fucking hackers in this game. Oh my god, this is the worst. Trying to fucking edit shit on stream. I tried to mute my own stream preview. Why did it not do it? It just started playing my own audio. Oh my god, 9/11. Wait, why did it not change the title? The title is the same. It's just the educational TF2 whatever. Team Fortress 2, please. Done. Whatever. Problem solved. I'm back. Oh, they're just like literally hacking. Okay. Did it say we can leave yet? Alright, well this is good. This is pretty good. Dang it, I can't stream type and kill you now? Awesome. Going to load into competitive matches only to leave them while they're in progress. Aren't there always hackers in comp play? Yes, there are always hackers in comp play. It was funny to hop into the TF2 education stream and listen to a Hadestown recap. Fuck! I intentionally changed that both on Streamlabs OBS and... Wait, are you shitting me? Abandoning your team will matchmaking ban a significant period. Ah. Okay, I guess I have to do this. Just go Dead Ringer. Here, let's just fucking crank the tunes. I can't leave because then it'll destroy my elo. Don't you know that? Wait, how did he kill me in 2 shots? Oh, you know, maybe I'll just go heavy. Can I go Fist of Steel heavy? How does he kill me in 2 shots? Elo is, so it is basically your ranked points. It started as a thing to, like, grade chess players. And it eventually became a thing for, like, basically all, like rating systems. It stands for, I don't know what it stands for, but it's basically your level, your matchmaking rank, your goodness at the game compared to others, right? So if I abandon this, I will be losing elo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The game is gone. The game has left the building. The game is not even giving me a crash screen. The game is... what? I do have questions. Where the fuck did my game go? Alright, let's lower the audio again. What does losing ELO cause to happen? The lower your ELO is, the lower your... Not currently connected to the TF Game Coordinator service? I'm sorry? Huh? Let's try loading it in from here. I'm a little bit nervous as to what this could mean to me. Oh! I guess we'll join back in. This is fun, right? This is just going to be the podcast now. Someone give me a topic to talk about. I'll have a story about it inevitably. Why would you join back? Because if I don't, I'll lose ELO, Solran. Come on, keep up with it. You were free? I was not free. Does this look like a free man to you? Oh, hey, we killed them. I got one kill. Why do you watch Badlands Chug so much? I like him. He's got chill, cool vibes. IMHO. And me personally, I'm a big fan of that. Badlands Chug stan? I don't know if I'm a stan. Stan means stalker fan. I'm just a fan. Game audio. Oh yeah, I turned it off. I mean, you can listen to it. It's just not going to be fun. You think I'm stalking Badlands Chugs? Oh, why did it fucking revert my settings? There. I need source bullets and explosion noises to fall asleep to? Okay. My favorite drink is probably just Oiter. Options don't say if game crashes. That's so dumb. Why is that the case? Why doesn't it write it to a file? My favorite drink is probably just an Oiter. My favorite alcoholic drink might be a lemon daiquiri. I'm a big lemon daiquiri head. Wait, why didn't they kill him? I killed the fucking guy! Yay! We got out of spawn! Yippee! I'm dead. Big coffee guy? I entirely forgot about the fucking concept of coffee. I'm not gonna lie. How does he not dead? How am I still alive? Oh, he's a fucking hacker. 36 HP and he's a hacker? Goddamn. Was your question mark profile pic inspired by any specific thing? It was inspired by the intentional choice not to... I guess it was inspired by Hamlet, right? Lack of a decision is still a decision, I suppose. It was the most default thing because I didn't want to like definitively have an icon. I didn't want to like be aligned with anything, I guess. It was hard to make decisions when I was younger. So I chose this because in order to like kind of not have to make a decision, this is the Steam default profile picture. Are they gonna walk behind us? Sorry, I need to fucking check. Oh, he ran behind me. He did run behind me. Centrist? No. There's a certain type of people who hate making decisions, and I won't say anything more than that. Yeah, no, I just didn't want to make a decision. Wait, are his gloves bugged? Look at that. Bottom left-hand glove. There's a little fucking, yeah, look at a little, like, notch. That's a polygon clipping. I was not paying attention. But I'm a big coffee guy, too. Over COVID, I got really into coffee. If anyone ever comes to my house, I will have so many different types of coffee to make you. I actually I have a couple of different local coffee makers that have free trade alliances with some of the bigger coffee producers. And I just got a couple really good coffees in. And I'm very excited about them. Big coffee head. I will get into tea eventually, but I'm not into tea yet. Sorry, I'm focusing again. I'm just gonna hit F4, dude. Fuck it. Let's just go. Oh, why are there two of them? Fuck. You can ask me two things. I'm a big loose leaf fan. What makes a good coffee for you? Oh, good question. Now, when everyone thinks of coffee, they think basically of just Starbucks. Maybe Pete's if you're feeling a little bit spicy. Starbucks coffee is... it's not good. Starbucks coffee is bad. Doesn't take away from your menu break if the match hasn't started already. Oh. So if I leave now, but now I'm assuming it wouldn't. Shit. Pete's. It's P-E-E-T... P-E-E-T-S is Pete's. It is a coffee seller. It's basically Starbucks. It's from like the West Coast more than anything else. Wait, maybe if I do Demoman? Can I do Demoman and just go like this? Oh. Sorry. Anyways, pizza's a little bit better than Starbucks. So, to get into a little bit about coffee. A coffee bean is a roasted thing. It is a green bean, meaning it is like not shit. It is not necessarily roasted. And why are you fighting the hackers? I gotta win. You don't understand. I gotta win this. It comes off of a thing. It comes off of a fruit, actually. Oh my god, it started. Now I have to play this. And it is roasted to a specific level. There's light, medium, and dark. They're kind of qualitative as opposed to quantitative categories. And as a result, you aren't going to win. Wait, but it can I just leave? I could win this. I could totally win this. Back to coffee. So there's three different types. The darker you roast, the less caffeine and less flavor is in that bean, right? However, it stays for longer. So what Starbucks does is they roast the fuck. They burn their fucking coffee because it lasts forever and there's enough flavor in it people can identify it as coffee. But what it does is it makes a very bitter, very bad tasting coffee, in my opinion. If you just have Starbucks black coffee, it will taste bad. They're roasted dark, and what that means is you cannot win. Yeah. Sorry. People are looking at me and thinking, and I have to think too, unfortunately. Their coffee is super hot, burns shit out of people. I mean, that's also another thing. You can also burn coffee by virtue of the water you use to make coffee out of being too hot and also burning. Fuck. He got me. He got my white ass. They can see I'm invisible. I know that. You can leave now. I don't believe you, Soppy. Their hot chocolate is also weirdly bitter. That probably is from too hot. or it could be very high. Sanity, please. Oh my god, fine. I received a 30-minute cooldown. You fuckers killed me. You wanted this to happen. This is why we can't ever trust Soppy. Anyways, light, medium, dark roast. A dark roast is what you traditionally have as coffee. It is it is good for longer, but it is not extremely tasty, in my opinion. I usually do light or medium roasts. They're a bit harder to get. They have higher caffeine content, so for the same amount of ground coffee, there will be more caffeine in a light or medium roast, but you get a lot more of the flavor in there. I have made light or even medium cups of coffee that almost taste like tea. They are very fruity. Usually they taste a lot like berries. And they do not match what the average person's conception of coffee tastes like. Shit. Oh my god, I got him. That was so cool. How many dual wins do you have? One? I think I've only ever dueled once, I think. That did not work out for me. That one did not work out for me at all. So what I love in a coffee is a light to medium roast. I make my own coffee, and I do it in a pour over, which is cheap. What is expensive is fresh grinding your coffee. Fresh grinding your coffee will, in fact, assist a lot in the taste of the coffee. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? In the same way that a pepper mill will help you experience like better tasting pepper, right? We all have like quietly agreed that if you want good pepper, you want to crack that pepper and then put it over your food, and it will taste better. It will taste more fresh. For some reason, people think that that is not the case with coffee, and it is entirely the case with coffee. They will buy bagged coffee that is freeze dried or put in the supermarket for the last 8 months. They will drink it and be like, meh, it's just like okay coffee, which is it will taste like coffee, but not good coffee. The expense of most coffee making is actually in that grinder. You can get cheap grinders. You can also get hand grinders that are somewhat cheap, but we're talking cheap here. A cheap automatic grinder that I would say is worth buying probably would be like $80 to $100. We're not talking like $20. You can buy, and the same with hand grinders, because the problem with cheap hand grinders is that A, sure, they hurt your hand. B, they use these burrs in them that are hard to stay consistent. They will drift, and that will either A, destroy your grinder, like by like just permanently fucking up the bearings, happened with one of mine, or B, you will get inconsistent coffee size in your cups. And what that means is that if you're using like a filter or whatever, that means you will if you get big pieces of coffee, they will trap the other what's called binds, the small pieces of coffee, and you will get inconsistent brewing because you will have things either clogging up your filters or clogging up your filters, or you will have things that are too small trying to go into your filter to get brewed. And what that will do is it's called over extract your coffee. The size of your grinds and their contact time with water depends on how strong or on how extracted those beans are. Imagine, if you will, coffee grinds are a little powder, and there is a percentage of coffee that you want to get out of there, and there is a percentage of other bad stuff, like tannins, things that you do not want to necessarily have inside your coffee. That is, in fact, the case. There are things that you do not want to have inside your cup of coffee when you grind and brew coffee. You don't want to go too fine. And you also don't want to have it in too contact with the water for too long. So if you have an inconsistent filter, say you want to grind on a scale of 1 to 10, you want to grind your coffee at 5, right, all the way in average. If your grinder is inconsistent, you have some 2s in there and some 7s. It averages out to 5, but what those 2s will do is they will sit at the bottom of your filter and clog it up, and they will be in constant contact with the water as the water drips through the 7s and touches the 7s for basically an instant. So what you're going to get is all those 7s that are like bigger, fatter grinds, right? 10 being basically the whole bean, 1 being a fine powder. The 7s will not be extracted at all, and the 2s that are in there are going to have a lot of extraction, and they will put all the bad things in coffee you don't want to drink into your cup. Which is why you need, the most important thing a grinder could be is consistent. And that consistency, especially on multiple things, requires proper maintenance and proper, like, basically, what's it called? You need to buy an expensive grinder usually. However, depends on where you are. My favorite roastery in the area has a grind that they will use if you buy coffee from them. They will ship you freshly made coffee, and they will also grind it fresh. It's usually good for like 2 or 3 weeks after they ship it to you, and it is perfectly ground for whatever like you want it. You just say, "Oh, I want a French press grind." They'll give it to you. It will be perfect, and you will love that shit. Is that you, Soppy? No, I just saw a guy using the fucking this guy board, and I thought it was just Soppy. That all being said, if anyone wants to get into coffee, I recommend pour overs. You can get a Chemex, which is basically like a glass silicate. Is there a certain type of grind for a French press? You want to use a very coarsely ground coffee because the water will be in contact with the French press for a long period of time. The biggest mistake people make is they will go and get store-bought ground coffee and put it in a French press. It is way too fine. Not only will it clog up your filter and potentially break your French press, it will also be way over extracted and taste really, really bad. That was the first mistake I ever made with coffee, was that exact mistake. You guys think I can get this guy? Oh shit, I cannot get both of these guys. Don't hit me, don't hit me. Okay, we're good. So I would recommend, if you have a French press and you want to get coffee, see if there are any local coffee shops around you, see if they will grind it for you before you spend the money to get a grinder yourself. Also, there's been 3 steakhouses that I've gone to that have offered handmade tableside coffee, and they always pull the exact same shit where they will go and buy fresh store-bought coffee. Not fresh, sorry. Store-bought coffee that is too thin for a French press. They will put it in a French press, and it will look cool. And it'll be oh, the waiter's pressing down on that thing. That's so cool. And then you will drink it, and you will get pieces of coffee in your mouth because the filter for a French press is too big for anything else. Playing TF2 at the same time, move exactly as you move at the same time to darkly mind meld. Sorry, if you wanted to mind meld with me, there are way easier ways to do that. Happy Pride. What was I saying? Yes, that happens extremely frequently at places. I went to multiple expensive steakhouses, and they did that shit, and it tasted like shit. And my family is like, "Oh, this coffee's really good." I'm like, "It's not. The water is too hot. They used boiling water in their French press." Girl, why did you do that shit? Why did you kill me like that? They used boiling water in their French press for cleaning a squirmel. Oh, I've seen that. Like the strings on a worm. I've seen that. That is a very funny usage of it. But you can also have too hot of water. Whenever you cook with or make coffee, you want the temperature to be about 210 degrees. So my recommendation for anyone making coffee, eventually here's what you need to build up to. You need to build up to an electric scale, because you need to exactly know how many ounces, how many grams of coffee you're putting into your whatever. You need a pour over. You also need a... Jesus Christ. Ah, fuck. Ah, my fuck. Shit, it didn't work at all. You need an electrical, you need a Chemex, you need filters. You will need to replace your filters. I do not recommend getting metal filters. They're better for the environment, but they're pretty bad. And they're pretty bad in terms of what you're going to get out of it. It does not, it lets all of the oils just go through, and it makes a really bad cup of coffee. You also need an electric kettle where you can set the temperature. Or you can also get a normal kettle and then set it to 212 degrees, set it to boiling, wait about 13 seconds, and it should be fine afterwards. But I would recommend just, if you're going to be making coffee every single day with this thing, it's worth it to eventually build your way up to getting a good kettle. Yes, I did that. I absolutely did that. I was nice though. Something you'll find with me, if I ever go to a restaurant, someone could burn my food and then give me I ordered a hamburger. They give me a fish that is still alive. I would still be complimentary. I'd be like, "Oh, it's cool that you guys have, fresh fish on the menu. That's awesome." I would not say you got my order wrong. I would not do any of that shit. I would just allow all this shit to happen to me. And then afterwards I would say, "We're never going back there again. They fucked up my order really bad. I asked for no pickles and they hit me in the face with a big pickle. And they said, 'Eat the pickle now or we're going to kill you.' And I said, absolutely. Thank you. 5 stars. I tipped my waiter $400. That is how I will treat any interaction with any food service. You need to get them. I could, but I also don't care enough for it. Is this guy in our fucking spawn with a flog? I will stop going scout. I'm gonna kill this fucker. Ooh, ooh. Where'd you go, Mr. Flog? You got to kill. How? Oh my god, he got random crits. Flog is this weapon. This weapon is the Phlogistinator. You can see it has a couple things here. One is on the left of my HP, there's an oomph meter. An oomph meter, basically whenever you deal damage to an opponent, it will, what's it called? Whenever you deal damage to an opponent, it will increase damage onto this oomph meter, and the more you deal, eventually you can taunt. You are invulnerable while you taunt, and if you are able to successfully taunt, you are rewarded with the draining of your oomph meter and crits for a set amount of time. That guy is currently taunting. He has his oomph meter, and he was killed, thank God. Okay, I'm just gonna go back into spawn. Flog pyro minutes remain. Yeah, flog pyros are not appreciated by the community. People do not like flog pyros because they just deal a fuckload of damage, and they are literally just like, you hold the W button, you hold the M1 button. That's all you do. You lose the biggest thing that you lose out with flog pyro. You lose the ability to air blast, which means you cannot move enemy projectiles away from you. So you are basically worthless to your team, and all you get to do is a lot of damage. I need to get healed so bad. Oh, they fucking popped crits. That would have been cool. Yeah, flog pyros cannot reflect any projectiles. Normal pyros can right click and deflect projectiles. I'm gonna go this guy now. This guy will help me out. She drained my oomph till I taunt. No, she taunt. She taunt on my pyro till my oomph is drained. Isn't doing a lot of damage helpful? It is helpful. It is helpful to you. Usually you don't deal enough damage to like win the entire game alone, but you will deal enough damage to help you out. Also, this guy's using this gun. I'm just going to use this gun. I'm assuming he knows something about it. I don't. Also, I got a new thing. I got like a new Jordan's sticky launcher. Yay! Yay! I've listened to you do a podcast about coffee. There are way smarter people that do podcasts about coffee than me. But I would love to do a podcast at some point. I also love the sound this makes. This is the pan. It's just a pan. Just a melee weapon that's just a pan. In fact, I might be on a podcast sometime soon. But I don't want to say anything else that's not my podcast. Jesus fuck. Aw, thank you, Feed Scout Now. I would love to do a podcast. I think it's way better. I think the worst part of my streams are when I play video games. Because I'm then focusing on video games and not really talking. But I also feel like if you guys tuned into a stream and there was no visual stimulation... I know I probably... Well, you can also just go do other things. You guys can play video games. I could just start talking and then you guys should just play video games. But then you can't chat. Fuck. Much to think about. I listened to a Sanity cast. I had a couple ideas for a podcast. One that I will spoil because I will do this eventually, and I don't think it's that funny. Is I'm just gonna go to randomnoungenerator.com and then just get random nouns and either make a story or use those as topics of conversation. Damn it. Penis. That's why they call it a podcast. Huh? Huh? What does that mean? That's why they call what a podcast. Huh? What? Huh? I'm planning on doing that if I'm ever on someone else's podcast and it starts to get a little bit dry, if we're recording for 4 hours, we have no more topics to talk about, I'm just gonna start doing that shit. I'm just gonna be like, oh, tomatoes. What do you guys think about tomatoes? How do you guys feel about the Italians? It didn't work out for me. I'm not happy that happened to me. I also have another podcast that I don't want to spoil because it's imperative that the people that I bring on the podcast don't know that what the podcast is about. If they do, it'll ruin everything. And there might be people in chat now that I might want on my podcast. Ow! 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 Ah! So 2 on my HP. Wait, the game audio is not muted? Is it? I'm hearing it. Are you guys not hearing this shit? Oh, it's just really low? Yeah, I hate audio. One thing you guys will find out about me is I don't like hearing shit. Hold on. If I go like this, does this lower your guys' audio? Is this quieter than this? Is this loud? Is that loud and is that quiet? Or do they sound the same to you? Gah! Thanks, Solren. I'm assuming that means yes. Nope. Oh, they're the exact same audio? Ooh! Oh! Let's get that shit down to 2 audio. So this is normal loudness to you? This is good for you. Oh, I love that shit. I can basically have the stream muted. Perfect. This has changed my streaming career entirely. This is an easy gun. You keep it down. I'm trying to play TF2. Mom, I'm trying to play TF2. I'm just holding M1 in this gun. This is a good one. What the penis? We gotta kill this guy. To weave it too loud. I made it way loud, and I apologize for that. I accidentally tripled the audio, and that one was my... Thanks! Louder! Hi, Solren. How's it going? I'm grinning ear to ear. Can't you hear? Won't you sing with me? La 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 la. That's the other thing. The melody that Orpheus sings that like shows the love back to Hades is almost exactly the Lyle Crocodile la 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 la. It's almost exactly that. It's really fucking funny. I got a kill! I got a kill, guys. I got a kill. Yay! Yes, la 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 la. It's almost exactly that. It's really funny. Whee! Fuck! What was the point of that? That was useless. Also, I'm having another Zoa. This is the energy drink from Costco that I had last time. That is tropical punch flavored. So yummy tasty. Big fan of it. What are you doing? Nothing is over there. You can just keep walking, Queen. Oh, he's nervous, guys. He's got scared. No, no guy got nervous. Oh, if I got the right click off, would that have killed him? Oh, I would have killed him. Oh, penis. Oh, penis. What's heme horse? Oh, I thought you were calling us horses, but also whores. Whores, as Danny DeVito would say. Squeam Fortress. I'm gonna go back down there and do that shit again. That was cool. I would never. I would never. That's a reference to something no one will know. I said that as if it's like a niche thing. It's from a D&D game we played. there a fucker up there? You're dead to me, boy. You're dead to me. Got any hobbies? I got a whole bunch. I'm really big into D&D. You're pretty good at the Sim Explode. Hey, right on time. I'm big into D&D. I will always talk about D&D. Oh, good night, Sams. Thank you. Fuck you. Cooking is my hobby, and I'm good at it. I like cooking. I'm a big cooking fan. And part of cooking, part of learning to cook, is making like a big wet mistake sometimes. And when you make a big wet mistake, you will learn cooking hoppy. What does that mean? You will learn from your mistakes, and you will say that was too much lime. Something also really important. There's a documentary I watched. It was called, oh god, Fat Oil. What the fuck just happened to that guy? That guy's Porphin Krantz. Get fucked. Oh my god, get absolutely milked. Get milked. What was I fucking talking about? Oh yeah, there was a documentary I watched. It was called like Oil, Fat, and Lime or some shit. But basically, there's ratios of like different things you want, and you always want to have like some heat. You want to have some fat, and you want to have some like acid in your food. It will make it always taste better. And I was like, I don't know if that's the case. I put lime on. Trolled, rolled and smoked my little stinkers. Oh, he's laughing! He's doing the laugh emote! Oh, get absolutely fucked. What was I fucking talking? So, I put some, like, a little bit of, like, powdered lime stuff. Can you talk about cooking in D&D and chill speak? What is chill speak? Oh, chills? Like the guy from The Thing? Number 13. I went to Arby's and ordered the number 45. It ate me alive. And we call that the Mimic Freak. Is that what you wanted? I will also talk about D&D infinitely. So I have played I am on a quest to play every single mainline D&D campaign, like every like printed module for 5th edition to its full extent. The problem is all of them really suck. None of them are really that good. I am currently playing Rise of Tiamat into Horde of the Dragon Queen. And now, Ren, are you still here? And also, Wheat, are you still here? I will have to ask. Those are two of my players. Wheat has been in almost every single D&D campaign I've ever run. Ren is in most of them. Wheat's still here. Okay, I will not give spoilers for those two. Why would you do that to yourself? Isn't this water tasty? I don't know. It's a bad idea. Also, I didn't drink anything. I don't know why I said that. Oh god, I keep fucking up big, wet, streamy style. Not what I want. Not what I want. Not what he would fucking say. There's so much blood! There is just too much blood. Let's go this guy. Oh, I don't want to go Trollger, though. So, Rise of Tiamat into Horde of the Dragon Queen is what I'm playing right now. That is a 15-level double campaign, the first big campaign after Lost Mines of Phandelver, which I've played no less than 30 times. It is, I would argue, a bad one to play for a multitude of reasons. One of the reasons is it was their first one they tried to run, so some of the things they tell you to do are just incorrect. My favorite thing that they tell you to do is they tell you to take, this is going to be a tangent that the D&D heads will get. Actually, no, I'll make it generic right now. In D&D, when you fall 10 feet a distance, you roll a d6 of damage for falling damage. Basically, if you fall a full story, like a story of a building, you take some damage for that. I almost killed that guy. Jesus. They say in this one, if you fall 10 feet, take 2d8 damage. Which is, like, way more. Like, over double more for no reason. Also, they did this extremely fun thing. First of all, level 1 characters in D&D are just, like, they're basically like you and me. I think any of us in, it will get way more die. I think any person in chat could probably, like, strangle a level 1 wizard. I think anyone in chat could strangle a level 1 barbarian. They don't even get rage until level 2. It is crazy how weak they are. What they did in D&D 5th edition. You know what? Let me fucking I want to fucking pull up some shit real quick actually. I think this will actually help. Oh, actually, you know what I want to do? Let's change this to the game capture. Sorry, let me do this. Let's go there. Capture specific window, auto. There we go. Problem solved. There we go. Okay, we're good. I'm out here who up strangling they wizard. Was talking about. Yes. So first thing of D&D, they have a 4-person party go up against a fight of 7 kobolds, and you might be thinking, kobolds, those are weak, right? Wrong. In D&D 5th edition, if a kobold was within 5 feet of an ally and making attacks against an enemy, they get something called pack tactics, which means they get advantage on all of their attacks, which means you now have 14 attacks basically per turn and 14 chances to crit anything. If you crit in D&D, you deal double damage, and no, kobolds are like CR 1/4, or CR 1/2 or whatever. But they crit, which means they deal double damage. If you roll a 20 against a PC at level 1, it will hit, it will deal double damage, and it adds a modifier. Damage, I think, is 2d4 plus 3, which means, on average, you're rolling like 7 damage on a crit, which you have 13 chances to do. If that hits a wizard in D&D at first level, that can permanently kill them. Because at first level, or at any level in D&D, if you go into the negatives of your maximum hit points, so for example, if you have 2 HP and you go negative 2 HP, you are permanently dead. There is no resurrecting until level like 10 in D&D. So, with all that in mind, if a wizard is hit by a critical attack, why does your scout look? He's a gnome. He's a little gnomish. Anyways, if you hit a wizard with a crit, you will just... How the fuck did he get out? Oh, we're in warm-up still. Okay. If you crit, it will kill a wizard. Anyways, 7 things, right? Your party can eventually deal with them. They will be bruised and battered. What if I told you, in the same night, with 1 chance for a short rest, where you get to heal an extra 1 hit dice, which is about half of your HP on average, in the same night, there are 6 more combat encounters. One of them is up against over 8 humans, which are like the equivalent of level 1 people. The amount of bullshit we had to pull in order to make that livable in one night is insane. And to top it all off, the party eventually sees a blue dragon. Now, if you guys don't know much about D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, one of the biggest things you do in Dungeons and Dragons is you fight dragons and you plunder dungeons. Dragons are a dangerous thing to go against. This dragon is a CR7 dragon, which means a party of 4 7th level characters can successfully take on and kill this dragon in D&D. Now, your party is supposed to hide from it, but this dragon is attacking the village. Some party members might think, oh, this dragon, you know, we might be able to talk to it. You are set up to think, which is the case, that dragons in D&D are intelligent creatures. They can be reasoned with. The book says if any person tries to reason with a dragon, they get hit by the dragon blast. The dragon blast deals over 12 times their maximum HP and will kill them instantly. So I had players that were like, "Oh, we're supposed to hide from it." Yeah, we had players that were like, "Oh, we'll go fucking we'll go talk to it. We'll try to figure out what's going on, or at least look at it." Right? These players have never seen a dragon. The characters have never seen a dragon before. They're like mythical. And the cult, the thing that's been killing everyone, all these kobolds, they worship dragons. So you're like, oh, that's like the big baddie. We ended up being like, oh, the dragon's like, oh, you're too small for me, I won't worry about you. But the book's like, yeah, kill him dead. Best of luck. So that's horrible. The next thing, this is all just Horror of the Dragon Queen, by the way. First, big adventure module in D&D. The next thing the book does. Oh god, what was it? Basically, actually, let me double check. You didn't do what the dragon wanted? The dragon wanted to kill. The dragon wanted to kill everything. And what's fun is that after all of this time, your reward is a single potion of healing, which is not big in D&D. That is like a very average thing to have. You teach your player, the players are supposed to learn that lesson by seeing a dragon destroy a building, and not like see a dragon and be like, oh, you know, it's a reasonable thing. We can kind of talk to it. The way D&D is so meat grindery. D&D in sorry, I need to fucking focus so I can actually play the game real quick. I need to double check what they're doing in the second chapter. Right? Yeah, the Raiders camp and then the Dragon Hatchery and then on the road. Yeah, okay. So wasn't it burning a village? You don't see it do that. You don't see it burn the village until later. Like, you know that it was. I didn't think it was. Hold on. I have it up here. I'm just dying constantly so I can just double check. Greniston Flames, character hooks, the approach. Oh yeah, D&D also does this thing where they're like, oh, here's a hook for the characters to, like, here's a reason for the characters to be within, you know, this thing, to do whatever. And then they're like, oh yeah, like, here's a couple NPCs. They never mention them again. So if your character is in the campaign for that hook, in this example, it's like, you've been contracted by this guy, and he wants you to come here so that you guys can go, you know, help out this town and do something, and he'll reward you. It never mentions them ever again, so you're like, okay. And then when the player's like, oh, hey, what about that guy? You're like, well, I don't know. I don't see him posted ever again in here, so I'm assuming he's just not coming up. No. So, I'm reading it here. The adult blue dragon Leviathan accompanied the Ravens on an enthusiastic participant. Its chief contribution has been its frightful presence. So all this dragon has done at this point, all that this message has done at this point is, sorry, all that the dragon's done is just appeared, and dragons in D&D have this ability to emit a presence, like just a sensation that puts you into fear. It just scares you by existing, magically. So up until this point, all it was doing was just that. However, in D&D, you can overcome this fear by rolling. Basically, it means if you like are affected by it enough, you can become resistant to the fear. So what happens in the dragon attack part is eventually enough people become resistant to this fear that they start fighting back against it, and then it uses its weapon on them. The party sees that later. But the party sees the dragon before, and well, yeah, but I mean that's true. Soppy, I do agree with that. If a dragon is sending fear to you, that's the case. But you're also like, you know, in D&D, you are told that dragons are intelligent beings. I need to kill myself because I want to go engineer. Because they're intelligent beings, you could rationalize with them. These guys just don't want to. Yeah, there's a very strange divide between RP and combat in D&D. Anyways, I want to move on from this topic about the dragon. The next chapter is basically you are like following the raiders, the people who raided the camp here. You are following them to figure out where they're going. You get there, and then you have to like basically save this guy, and then it turns out this guy helps you out later, which is fine. They don't give you, they mention like 4 or 5 different places and only give you one map, which is a thing they do very frequently. The next thing that D&D does is it says, so you know how your characters have been, you know, trained and taught to not, you know, trust dragons and to dislike dragons, and know that dragons are inherently terrifying and scary. The next thing the game does is it takes you to a dragon hatchery, and your characters can get a baby dragon, a dragon egg, and the book says there's no way to hatch this dragon egg. What? If that was the case, then why are you giving them a dragon egg? Why are you giving your players dragon egg with the concept that they can never hatch it? You're basically giving it to them as a thing that they can sell to someone else, but why would anyone else want it? They can't hatch the egg. You can't, Big Omelet, you can't even crack the egg. The egg is basically made of an obsidian. You can't destroy it. So, also, if I am someone who is playing this game, and I, you know, in level literal 1, I get a dragon egg. I'm thinking, oh, by the end of the campaign, I'll be able to hatch a dragon and have a little dragon baby. That is not the case. You are unable to do that entirely. If Minecraft can get a dragon egg that it can't hatch, well, that happens at the end of the game. You get the dragon egg at that's the last thing you do before the game ends. This is the beginning of the campaign. So we ended up skipping that because I know my party would have been like, "Aw, baby dragons. We want to like talk about all these baby dragons." What the game thinks you're going to do is go in there and try to destroy every young dragon and try to kill every dragon egg before realizing that you can't and getting someone else, which like is stupid. Minecraft doesn't have an end. Minecraft has a place called the end. You fool! It's called the end because it's the end of the fucking game. A little bit owned, I think. A little bit. You're a little bit owned there. That isn't the end. The end isn't the end. The end that is the end is not the end. I see. Intriguing. The rest of the of Horde of the Dragon Queen basically has the players go through like different things, and they find out that the thing that was like causing all of the kobolds and all the people to attack that city is a giant cult. That cult is of the Dragon Queen Tiamat. Tiamat, for those who don't know, is basically like one of the primordial gods of D&D. She is a 5-headed dragon, and she currently lives in Hell. If she comes to this Earth, if she is summoned to Earth, she will lay waste to the entirety of Earth. Gods will be powerless to stop her. She will kill everyone. So these people want her as sort of a form of Rotho's Basilisk, right? They want to get her onto Earth because they think they will be spared. That worked really bad for me. Girl boss indeed. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So the party realizes that this cult is stealing shit so that they can summon Tiamat. You go on and find the cult. But the way you do it is dumb as fuck. You keep going, you eventually find a castle, and find some higher-ups in the cult. You don't learn anything about the structure of the cult. You just know, hey, this person's from the cult. We should kill them. They're from the cult, I think. I don't know. And then you go kill them, and they say, wait, don't kill me, there's someone else you could kill instead for me. And you say, okay. And you can either do that or not. But you still don't know how the cult works, you don't really know who's in it. The DM is largely made to make up any responses to that, which I would argue is a pretty fucking important thing to know, like how the thing you are fighting against is structured and also works. That part is also very stupid. And then the end of the campaign, this is spoilers for anyone who wants to play Horde of the Dragon Queen. You go to a giant flying castle in the sky. The castle is run by giants. It is the giants' flying castle, and they use this castle and just kind of like move around. They get to light the flame. However, they can't do that right now as they are currently under the control of a dragon who has taken roost in the treasure hold of this flying castle and is commanding basically everyone to do everything. You find that there are some higher-ups in the cult there. You kill them. And you can just kill the guy who owns the castle, the giant, even though he doesn't want any smoke. That doesn't change anything if you do. And I don't. The difficult part about this is that a concept of a cool flying castle with a giant that runs it is fun. It is interesting to see a castle that can just like soar through the air for no reason. The problem is it's not mentioned ever again. It's never mentioned that giants have flying castles. It's never even alluded to the fact that there are other flying things in the D&D lore. If you ever have been a player of mine, you will know of my experience with the Netherese, an ancient human empire run in the olden times before limitations on magic, where basically even farmers of humans could cast high-level magical spells. There was no limitations. As long as you could just like do things with your hands, you could cast high-level spells. So that eventually led to a lot of magical prosperity. There were like giant automatons that could do everything magically that anyone ever needed to get done. There were flying cities because they found a way to store the concentration that is required on different spells in order to make cities fly. There were wealth disparities between those that were in the flying city and those that couldn't afford to live in the flying city. There were mageocracies where the most powerful mages lived, and the weakest mages had their magic stripped from them, stuff like that. It's very somewhat interesting. That is not referenced in the slightest in the fact that there's a flying castle here. Why does the flying castle fly? Is it in any way related to those flying ancient human cities? No. If it is, it's not mentioned. It's just sort of there. It's just a flying castle. It's cool, right? It's a cool flying castle. Will you see the giant again? No. Do you find out how the castle flies? Nah. It's not that shit, though. It's not the Netherese shit, though. We know that's for sure, because we don't see anything that would make it a Netherese thing. It's just a flying castle. Yeah, D&D is just, this happens, moving on. It's like, a bunch of this shit is like, oh, wouldn't that be cool? It would be. Anyways, it's dumb. Horde of the Dragon Queen ends with you stealing the castle or returning the castle to the giants, and then moving on to the next one. They write D&D Various where replace object permanence tests. I see no issues. Awesome, Softy. Yeah, they don't do very well to like set shit up. Rise of Tiamat, I think they might have just given up at some points. There are 2 like optional quests that give you entire levels in D&D. Now in D&D, there are entire products that are just like single level quests, and for this one, there is just some like levels that are just missing because they didn't like fucking give the time to write it. Oh my god, here's one of the most egregious things from D&D. From Rise of Tiamat. Again, spoilers for Rise of Tiamat, but I have to say this shit. In Rise of Tiamat, Tiamat is rising, understandably. This is the second one. You go from like level like 8 to 12, right? You're going very high level in D&D. The Matthew Mercer rule is basically like D&D is meant to be played up to level 7, and 13 should be the hard cap. Because once you get to level 20 and you get really high level spells, the game is not balanced. There's a spell in D&D called Wish. It just says, do anything. You can do anything. Break the laws of physics. If your DM allows it, and there's a 1 in 4 chance you can't cast this spell again. You can also mimic the spell of for free. You can mimic a spell of any lower level from any class, which means you can resurrect the dead from anywhere. You could, create a giant literal dragon that is now your permanent friend out of a book. You can do that too. You can do a whole bunch of shit there. The game is not balanced to be played at that point. At that point, you're basically just an NPC. So what I'm talking about here, you're about halfway through those levels. Effectively, the plot of Rise of Tiamat is humanity and every big enclave of civilization in this fantasy-ass world says, damn, Tiamat's coming back. That's not good. We need to group together, even though we don't like each other. We need to group together in order to keep this with the ozone layer to be destroyed. You can. You can say, you know what? I want all the oxygen in the world to be replaced with methane. And if the DM allows it, that's just going to happen. Yeah, it goes from where you could die if you fuck up the spells your gods in combat is 10 hours. In order to, like, properly challenge a level 13 or 20 party to the point where they could die, D&D has things called legendary resistances. They have abilities for creatures that say, if this creature were to fail a saving throw in D&D is like a resistance against something. So there's a spell called Slow. It makes you slow. You walk normally, or you walk slower. You can take fewer actions. You can't react to things. That spell requires a Wisdom saving throw. You have to save against someone trying to impose their will against you. Legendary creatures, things that you fight after level 7, have legendary resistances, meaning they automatically succeed on a saving throw. At that point, X amount of times per creature, you just say, I'm not affected by that. Because spells get so insanely powerful that if they are applied to a creature for a certain amount of time, it will in fact just kill them instantly. Which is why it's so strange and silly to see high-level spells, or high-level combat encounters. Usually it's just like, this guy has 13 trillion HP. He is resistant to all damage. He can save from whatever he wants to. He's unaffected by this, unaffected by this. The only way to hurt him is by walking within melee, hitting him with the stick for 3 hours until his 1000 HP pool dies. And that's not engaging or fun. There's not much risk in that either. It's not very interesting. But to go back to my original point, all of civilization, basically all of humanity, has pooled together their resources and they say, Tiamat is a problem. She comes back, she's going to kill everyone. We need to gang up and we need to call whoever we can for help. We actually need to call... There are good dragons in D&D, and we need to call them for help. In order to do so, we do not want to send our people there because the good dragons know about civilization and the bad things we've done dragons in the past. We need to send a neutral third-party adventuring group. You guys go. Hello, James 17. You guys go and talk with the good dragons and be a conveyor of civilization and humanity to these dragons and beg for their help in this fight against the evil dragon god that will kill all of everything. Civilization, dragons, everything. The characters say, okay, and go off. The book at that point says there are 5 different colors of dragons that are good. There are called chromatic dragons. Gold, silver, bronze, copper, and the 5th one I forgot. Here are dragons. Here's their name. Here's their gender. Here's one thing about them. Roleplay to the DM. It just says that. It doesn't say, here's what they want. Here's what they're willing to offer. Here's what they're willing to give. Here's what they're willing to accept as concession. Here's what, they have experience with Tiamat or anything. It doesn't say any of that shit. It doesn't even mention, I know, like, what the different dragons are like, because I know about D&D. It doesn't mention that silver dragons usually take on human forms and walk among humans, and as a result have a great respect for human life. It doesn't mention that gold dragons and copper dragons are conversationalists who will talk your ear off for years. It doesn't mention that, like, all this other shit. It doesn't give them any of that personality trait. It says the silver dragon, the one who, like, loves humanity and lives amongst humans, the only thing it mentions, it says, if anyone in the party is a thief, they can smell it, and they won't deal business with thieves. But that's it. So you have to make up all this shit on the fly. And what's more fun is that if you didn't read a couple chapters ahead, there's a lot of unrelated dragon lore that can be impacted if you make shit up without thinking through shit. So it's basically 9/11. This entire like long negotiation scene, the way I put it out in my campaign, was I was basically like, okay, the dragons want something, you know. The dragons want humanity to do this. They want them to be kinder to each other. They want the elves to apologize. The elves in D&D's past did terrible stuff. Good point, Soppy. Thanks. My knife? Yeah. Ren's character got a knife stolen. The elves in society's past like did terrible things. Maybe the dragon holds a grudge and they want elves to apologize. Maybe this dragon loves humankind and loves humanity and loves humanoids, and all they want is for the cessation of evil activities, and they want suffering to end. So all they want to do is for you to promise to kill as few people as possible. And I had to basically think all that stuff up on the fly as I was going through stuff. And then what the dragons did, it was the party said, we can do that. The party went back to all of civilization and said, here are their conditions. Civilization said, we're not doing that shit. That's crazy. We can't agree to X, Y, and Z. And the party was like, okay. So they eventually had to like go to a lawyer. They thought this up. They went to a lawyer. They said, we want to get a contract in order for these people to sign, so that they can't go back on their word, so that they are confirmed going to be helping humanity by doing these things that they don't want to. Hello, NS2869 alt. And after all of that, eventually, the party has gone through all this stuff that is not in the book at all, entirely unrelated to the book, made up on the fly. And the book is at the end of it, this happens, whatever. You know, these dragons will do X, Y, and Z as time goes on. Thank you for the follow. So fucking yeah. I've been rambling. I've entirely forgotten what I was talking about initially with all this D&D stuff. I was talking about Horde of the Dragon Queen and Rise of TMI. They are interesting campaigns. I do not recommend running them. There are ways to run them if you want to run them. They do have a little bit of a more old school feel to them. They're a little bit more kind of grindy, and they offer a lot of DM opportunities and options. But they do not give, in my opinion, the DM enough wiggle room. They don't give the DM enough of the lore either to understand really what these characters are and kind of what their motivations are and what they need to do. Yeah, one day D&D will in fact figure out what sort of TTRPG it wants to be. What D&D needs to be is a very accessible TTRPG. It needs to be something that everyone can kind of like, you know, just hop on. Baby's first TTRPG with very easy, simple lore, a very easy combat system that doesn't have these weird little tidbits that don't make any sense. Why can't you cast a spell and a cantrip, 2 spells in the same turn if one's an action and one's a bonus action? Why, you know, do these weird things interact in ways that you wouldn't know? Why does the loading property exist? Why are all these like little things in D&D that don't need to be in D&D? Once those questions get sufficiently answered, I have a feeling that D&D as a whole will become much better. But until that day, we're kind of stuck with a janky mess. It's a fun janky mess. And a recommendation for every single DM starting out and experienced out there. When it comes to the rules, go with what you think will be more satisfying to yourself and to your players, rather than trying to blindly stick to something that you know is not going to be fun. At the end of the day, D&D is about having fun with friends. It is not about sticking to these rules and doing something. You can still have grimdark campaigns. You can do things that are weird. And I also think an important part of having fun as a DM is, this is going to sound bad, but saying no, and not in the way of like shutting down your players in terms of like saying they can't do something, but if your players are pitching things that aren't consistent with the world that you've built, shut up, Soppy, you need to be able to say, no, I'm sorry, that can't work, or that won't work. You can give them a roll, but when you set the DC to 30, and they roll a nat 20 and they get a 25, they're gonna feel like they have earned to do the thing that they want to do. For example, when the play, god damn, what the fuck? When the players wanted to talk to that blue dragon at the beginning of the thing, out of character and in character, I was like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And the book told me they did it, kill them. I said, I'm not doing that. These players made their characters today. I don't want to run a campaign where, you know, players can try to interact with the world and just die for no reason without knowledge that these things would kill them. That's not very fun. Now, I have run games like Tomb of Horrors. Maybe we should use a different knife. I might. Tomb of Horrors and Tomb of Annihilation, the 5e remake of Tomb of Horrors, are games that are run like that. Specifically Tomb of Horrors. That game basically says, spoilers for Tomb of Horrors if anyone wants to play it. I recommend playing it at least once, but it is a slog. There are 3 entrances to the Tomb of Horrors. 2 are false entrances. Girl! Damn it. I'm going back to the default knife. Big Earner is a fun knife. Can't you not cloak? Sure. I was thinking of your eternal reward. What was I talking about? Yeah, 2 of which are false entrances. In one of the entrances, if the party goes in, the door starts to close. If the players don't have enough movement, or they don't move fast enough, they will permanently die as the front gate of the entrance to the Tomb of Horrors is opened, and, is closed, and it cannot be reopened. Even if a player takes 1,000 years, it like mentions this, it is magically enchanted, so the only way it can be opened again is the wish spell, which the players will not have. So it is a game that is very much run with the idea of like, you're going to die a lot in here. And I think that can be fun. We had fun running it. Gunspy with Spicicle? Yeah, fuck it. I'll listen to NS2. Or, sorry, NS2. Yeah, NS2. I like that, NS2. I'm gonna go Dr. Enforcible. DR, Dr. Enforcible, DR Dead Ringer, Enforcer Spicicle. Dr. Enforcible. For those of you who didn't know. Oh, look how snub-nosed this thing is. It's so cute. It's so petite. Let's go Pyro. Hi, bestie. Hi, bestie. Hi, bestie. It worked! Yay! Shit. Shit. Yay! 2 kills! Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, I need heals. Okay, I'm kinda winning. Okay, end rant. The fuck is that sound? End rant. I'm done with talking about D&D's many mistakes. You know what? We are now going to talk about D&D's many successes. D&D, for better or for worse, is a game with a lot of lore. D&D has... Yeah, level 15 is supposed to... Yeah, for Tomb of Horrors, it is supposed to kill you because that's what the dungeon is written to run like. Tomb of Horrors is built by Gary Gygax to fuck over players that were acting cocky and like he didn't like because they were making the table less fun by just like constant like metagaming, min-maxing and stuff like that. Always trying to go for loot and saying I can beat every single puzzle you throw at me, every dungeon you throw at me, I will be able to beat it. And eventually he wrote this so that he could subvert the tropes of everything in AD&D. Hero players, yeah. He built it so you will die a lot, and you won't get loot. Spoilers for Tomb of Horrors, if you play it normally, you don't get any loot at the end. You get a whole bunch of gold that ends up being disguised copper. You get nothing, and you will die a lot. And in D&D, in AD&D, there was not a lot by way of resurrection. When you died, you died. And that was kind of it. Sorry, one second, I need to focus here. Focus didn't help. And, there are ways to play Tomb of Horrors cautiously. It rewards cautious players, kind of. I will also always shout out, though I'm sure it was transphobic at the time, Tomb of Horrors has a gate that you step through that will permanently trans your gender. If you step back through it, sorry you die, bro. Good thing your hireling is here. Yeah, that is in fact how old school D&D worked. You basically just had like a whole bunch of guys with you that their entire full-time job was just to like move loot and shit, right? And are you shitting me? How do you fucking blast my weepus off? And you had hirelings to like bring loot out with you, or you could pay them an extra gold and say, go in front of me, step on that trap, they activate it, they die, and you say, meh, and keep moving on. It was a very, very bad mentality to have around labor at the time. But that is how they were treated. Oh, redeemed Glug. Hopefully that was audible. I don't know how it's audible without my, whatchamacallit? My pop filter. I did glug it. Let the record show. There was a single glugga chug. Ah, we got it. We're good. Fuck. Oh, what was I talking about? Yeah. I think Tomb of Horrors is fun if you come with it with the intent of saying like, we're gonna die a lot. We're gonna experience a whole bunch of classic D&D stuff. Like, There's something called it's like the devil face portal basically, but it's a mouth. It's a mouth with a hole, and in some other puzzles you're supposed to like move your body in there and like, or at least go in there and look around. It's portrayed as so dark you can't see what's going in there, and as soon as you put your hand in there, it just feels cold. And you put your hand in there and you can't see anything, so you like go in and put your head in there, and you die immediately. Because that hole is a sphere of annihilation. And what a sphere of annihilation does is it immediately destroys matter in a non-destructive way, I guess. It just, like, negates matter, right? It just sets matter to none. And all it does is it just immediately kills you if you put your head anywhere near it. So, that is an interesting, fun thing that, like, oh my god, he fucking critted me! That only exists in Tomb of Horrors, really. It's also in Tomb of Annihilation, but it's such a normal thing to happen in a place. The entirety of Tomb of Horrors is made with the intent of fucking over. It subverts your expectations, right? It fucks over everything. You only can get the loot at the end if you like go through all this shit, and if you do all the shit and you do get the loot, your soul gets eternally trapped into a cursed skull, and then the skull reanimates and kills your whole party. So, there's, yeah, the false ending. There's, like, no easy way out of that game. Oh, I'm going Gunspy, I forgot. Diet Shasta. It's gonna suck when you feel like you got stabbed somewhere random but only for like a second. Yeah. I hate random crits. It's hard to say that they're fun. As always, it feels good to get them, but like in shit like that, all I wanted to do was get my fucking sapper off. I just got a random crit and fucking died. I probably made it through the dungeon with 2 casualties and then used to kid the final boss fight. Yeah, that was the one that I ran. I also ran the 5th edition adaptation, and then I eventually, when I ran it again, I ran the 2nd edition adaptation. In 5th edition, it is impossible to die. After, like, what I told you, like, so once you get 2nd level spells, there is a spell called Healing Word. Range 60 feet, heal someone for, like, a little bit of HP. It's stupid. I'll have random crits as I get them very often. Sure, Selfie. Healing Word basically means you can't die, because in D&D the way you die is you get knocked down, 0 HP, and then you, end up getting, like, if you bleed out, basically, you die. But if you receive any healing, you can't bleed out. Sorry, I'm Googling something real quick. Bum, bum, ba-na. Bum, bum, ba-na. Bum. Just auto-crit the unconscious character and then attack for it. Yeah. It's very hard to die in D&D in 5th edition, and when they remade all the traps in 5th edition for Tomb of Horrors, they made the traps so that it's basically impossible to die to them. There's a couple that are just like insta-kill traps, but they're few and far between. D&D 5th edition, I don't want to say it's for babies, but it's kind of on training wheels ever since they got past, like, a couple of them. So, I will, going back to a couple of my, like, things I love about D&D. D&D has a campaign called Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And the concept is it's from 1st to 5th level. And all you guys are doing, you are, this is what I think D&D is good at and should do more of. Waterdeep Dragon Heist, sorry, has 4 main villains, and the villains will not kill you. The villains are, like, effectively, like, level 20 enemies. Waterdeep Dragon Heist. God damn it. That's what I meant to say. You guys are all, like, level 1 to 5. You find out that the former Prime Minister of Waterdeep, the former mayor, stole a bunch of money. And if you guys can find that money, there is... I mean, you can have it. 500,000 gold is like $20 million, right? It's so much money. You could also return it to the people who run the city and get some, you know, legal amount of gold, because if some level 5 adventurers stumble into $20 million, she water my deep until I heist?
5,
Yeah,
4, 3,
I'll count it, I think.
1.
She's heisting on my deep water. She call me, does she do any of this shit? Does she? Does she? Anyways. Dragon Deep Waka Waka Baba Bo. It's a good one. You're level 1 to 5, you're low level. All you're trying to do is get this money. You actually don't really need to kill almost anything in this campaign. There are only like 1 or 2 like actually super evil enemies. There's an enemy that you could play where you play like a version of the game where you play against an enemy who explicitly just won't kill you. Like, he likes you guys. He thinks you're young and plucky. And he won't hurt you. Some villains will hurt you, but D&D should do more of that sort of thing. And yet I died twice. That's because you were against a villain. So, you died once in a side quest where they said, there's a mind flayer down here. We need you guys to take care of it. You died in a normal combat. That's unfortunate. That guy wasn't the main villain. And then you did die in the end to the main big bad guy, because you guys were playing the one that did want to kill you. What the fuck? Oh, cool. Time for Dr. Enforcicle. Oh, sorry. The best thing about Waterdeep Dragon Heist is it gives the players a house. After the end of the first chapter, you are supposed to be given a whole bunch of money by a guy, and he says, "Sorry, can't pay you." His name is Githarm Volothamp. He is from Volo's Guide to Monsters. He is a recurring NPC in a whole bunch of D&D shit. I'm a fan of his. I think he's basically Zap Brannigan, except way less martially competent. That's saying something. Sorry, I got my knife back. Yippee! He gives you guys a thing, and there's all of a sudden a side quest in Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and it's get enough money to fix up your bar and just run a bar. It's really fun. I added a lot of NPCs in. I added a lot of reason for the party to be fixing up their bar. I added in like a whole bunch of fun stuff they could be doing at their bar, but that initial plot hook is really in the game. And my thank you, Glitch Gibson. I'm sorry, I'm playing TF2, and I'm really talking about Waterdeep Dragon Heist, a very good D&D adventure. After for a while talking about a not very good D&D adventure in Court of the Dragon Queen: Rise of Tiamat. And what was I talking about? Yes. So that sort of thing is fun. That sort of like light role-playing thing. It was just a fun roleplay experience for the party, and they loved it, and I loved it. Eventually, going through and doing the main quest storyline of getting all this money became second nature, like second emphasis after living fun little lives. And some parties will love that. Some parties will hate that. But I think the fact that D&D allows you to do it is super cool and fun. Very special and awesome. IMHO. Okay. I am successfully entered into the enemy backline. That ain't good. That ain't good, Chief! That worked out really easy for me. Ah! 1 HP on that fucking thing, bro. Instantly do the exact same shit again. Oh, it's gone. Ah! We're good. Ah! Ah! We're good. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna get this mega health pack. I'm gonna uncloak. Oh, can I back cap? Oh, if I kill this guy, I can back cap. Ah, he killed me. Fuck. That was close. What the fuck? What's this guy doing? What's this freak's problem? Get back here. Let me fucking melee you. Got him. What else does D&D do? So, what D&D needs to do is, unfortunately, extremely simplify the game and give optional rules for making the game more difficult. Pathfinder has done crunchy D&D style gameplay so much better. From what I've heard, I've tried playing Pathfinder. I do not like crunchy rules heavy based games, but I also don't like really rules light games because it feels like the dice rolls become extremely impactful. I've played Stars Without Number, which is a like a space based game where you roll d6s and you only roll on occasion. I've played Lancer, where you roll on occasion and rolls like are only for really important things. And I don't like that much because it leaves a bunch of like the shit that I don't like up to chance. Things that should be left up to chance are like, I don't know, combat is a good thing to leave in a way up to chance. But for like, if you build for multiple like sessions up to like a roleplay check with someone, and you like want to convince someone to do something and that is left up to chance, that kind of sucks. I think roles like should be for inconsequential stupid things, like if I'm going to a bar and I want to, you know, try to get some information out of this guy, but I don't, you know, I have like an okay thing to say, but nothing great, I'm fine to roll that, right? If it's really impactful, I don't think I want it left up to chance. It's not very satisfying if it goes wrong. Or if it's really impactful and I get a roll and I do really well and I succeed, I didn't really earn that success, right? I think D&D, I think Lancer has a problem with that, kind of. I don't like you only roll when things really matter. I also don't like you roll at all times for everything. I've had that in D&D as well. It's not very fun. Fake gamers that just roll d6s scare me. Yeah. I forgot Deadlands system. I listened to the Adventure Zone where there was a couple people where they were playing Fate for a little bit, but it wasn't not that good. That could have just been because I didn't enjoy the campaign though. And I'm also weird because I like very in-depth, crunchy worlds. I just don't like my roleplay to get mixed up too much with my dice, if that makes sense. I would love to roleplay out if we're going on an adventure. I want to roleplay out going to the shop. I want to roleplay out figuring out where we're going, what weather. Should I get like a wax covered like rain cloak? Should I get a heavy furred rain cloak? How much is that going to cost me? What's the difference? Do I need to work a side job? That stuff, like the realism of it helps me a lot. I like that. And you can have that with magic too. But what I don't like is, I don't think anyone in this chat is a... I did that out of shame. I don't think anyone in this game is a hacker. I could be wrong though.
Competition begins in 60 seconds.
Sorry, I accidentally muted my microphone. What was I talking about? Yeah, I like all that shit to be kind of left up to the player, right? I want to roleplay a lot. I want my combat to feel intense. and I'm fine with not playing through every combat. I think if we are on a trip on a road, I don't necessarily need to use every one of my abilities frequently. Oh fuck, the hackers are on my team. God damn it. I just fucking realized. I forgot I need to report them. It doesn't do anything when I need to do it. Report player. Reason, cheating. I personally do not like combat for combat's sake, but I also do like combat that is stressful. Combat that can be deadly and has a reason. And I like usually one of those per session, if I can get it in there. Because it lends like difficulties to the players. Or what I'm going through right now in a one shot that I'm running is I like gauntlets, like tests of endurance on the players and resource management. Honestly, bro, can you stop it? Why? Resource management, like you're going to be killing 5 people in the course of a day. You have your first combat encounter. Oh wait, are we throwing? Wait, domesticated tax cattle is not killing everyone. What the fuck? Am I allowed to play here? No, I don't want to. Fucking die. We just lost the game. Holy shit. I guess I'll play now. They weren't the cheater? Really, Soppy? Are you sure about that? They just got like 4 fucking game hacks. What the fuck is this guy doing? Yeah, resource management, that is interesting. I also think that like after you level up, I think it's fun to have a combat just to show off like your new skills and stuff. That's pretty cool. But I'm not a fan of combat when it doesn't matter just for the sake of combat. I think every combat should be deadly. One of the things I did really like about Stars of That Number game that we played in, there were not many like, go to this planet and just kill bugs, right? Go to this planet and just kill like some random thing that needs killing because it's evil. It was a lot more of like, if you're gonna go kill bugs, you guys go and kill bugs. Having a player die in the bug killing quest is not very interesting to anyone, I don't think. But if you guys are going to kill bugs and you're told not to go kill the queen because the queen is too hard to kill, and you say fuck it, we're gonna go kill the queen. Hello? Then for sure you should go try to kill the queen, and for sure you should have a very difficult combat out of that. It's fun. And you say earlier people that are, yeah, I did, but I also was using the flog and forgot to change off of it. So, are we running a low fantasy gritty realism campaign with special rules? We did 3 deadly combat in the last session. I can see that being either extremely fun or extremely like, dog, what the fuck? I don't want to do this shit. I'm tired. I deserve that death. What was I thinking? What was I about to say? Yeah, I mean, it's also the last session. Last session, like, for combat and stuff, like, that could be extremely fun. And narratively, it's probably going to be satisfying if your character dies in the last session, trying to push towards whatever it is you're, like, going for. I also like realistic. So this is another little intricacy that I like. I like, gritty realism and realism and stuff, but I also like my character to have fun. A lot of, quote-unquote, like, gritty realism campaigns that I've been in, and stuff that's been like, oh, you need to keep track of your food and your arrow count and all this stuff. It's been miserable. Like, you're doing that, and you also haven't showered enough. And, like, your only friends you've ever had just got, attacked by a bear and killed. That sucks. I'm playing in a campaign that one of my friends is running right now that I'm a big fan of. Because of the town we're in right now is a Majocracy. There's no work. You live here, you're given a free house. You're given magical servants that, will do your every whim for you. We are going out and basically like finding, like investigating wizards who have been researching because they have had to do nothing else but research, and they've lost their minds because things from other planes have come trying to attack them. Yeah, great wisdom is conflated with suffering. I agree. I think those 2 points are and can be very different, and I like having fun in D&D. My character, like in that campaign, I forgot about what I was saying to my DM, but at one point I was like, oh, I'm gonna like go. My character is basically like they like shapeshifter and stuff.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
I know that they were waiting to kill me. My thought process there, after taunting with the vlog, was that I was going to do it because I was going to die anyways. Like right now, I'm probably about to do it because I'm going to die anyways. And if I taunt there, I will for sure live a couple extra seconds where my team could push up. And if they push up, I'll be able to be saved. Like right here. See? I lived for an extra second. If I didn't hit that right click, you know, something might happen there. Sorry. My character does a lot of like, they have disguised self. They disguise themselves a lot. And I was going in depth before going to a shop about saying how like what I was disguising myself as, what I look like, what my voice sounds like. My DM's like, I'm gonna cut you off right there. You don't need to do all that. And I was like, yeah, but I think it's fun. I enjoy doing it. And they're like, oh, you know, fair play then. If that's the case, if you're having fun with it, then go for it. But I don't want you to do something that, you know, won't matter because you're doing all the stuff that you feel you need to do and you don't need to do. I was like, that's fine. It's the same with suffering, right? If I don't need to suffer in a D&D campaign, why would I do it? You know, what's the point? What am I gaining out of role-playing as a little sad boy that is just constantly in agony and pain? I can do that. No, I'm not kidding. I'm actually not in agony and pain. I actually love my life. I have a really good life. What was I talking about? More D&D stuff. Man, now I'm just thinking about D&D. It's such an interesting thing. I'm so glad that like as a concept D&D came back in strong and let adults roleplay, right? Let things that were for so long gated to like children's fantasy or, you know, bottom dwelling nerds that don't do yada yada. That stigma I feel is largely gone. It's just a fun thing to do. If I ever tell anyone, you know, I was telling actually coworkers that I don't talk with that much. I was like, you know, I'm not going to be here. Sorry, I came to them on Thursday night. I have D&D. And they're like, oh, these guys, like, you know, they play basketball. They're like, you know, normal guys. They go to the gym. They work out a lot. They don't spend that much time on the internet. They were like, oh, D&D. That sounds cool. I think 20 years ago, if I had told those same people, you know, imagine we were all, you know, 20 years ago, same age. Oh, sorry, I can't do this. I'm playing D&D Thursday. They would say, oh, nerd. Like, who cares? Why are you doing whatever, you know, what it is you're doing? Also, always good to get immersed in the world, provided it's in a fun way and not roll to see how infected your wound is exactly. Yeah, that's true. Hey, NS, sorry. That was a bad message for me to read before, right as you came back. We're queuing competitive still. Yeah, I do like also like realistic wounds. I think that plays in more with realistic combat. There was a point at time in my Horde of the Dragon Queen to Rise of Tiamat campaign, 15 level campaign, that I tracked every single character's injuries. And I was like, okay, well, you know, your ribs got broken 2 weeks ago, so you're still kind of like fighting off a little bit. It just became too much to manage, and it wasn't fun for people because D&D, for D&D to work, you need to be able to sleep, and when you wake up in the morning, you are back to 100% normal. It doesn't matter if you were knocked unconscious infinite times, 400 times yesterday. You're back to normal as soon as you wake up, and D&D is balanced around that. And that's not really realistic, but it's how the game is meant to be played. And that's, I found, one of those rules that it's hard to kind of build around. Yeah, I do hope TTRPGs spread out, and I hope that D&D gets better. That's how you live. Soppy wakes up every single morning just like totally fine right before they go to bed. They just like dip themselves in boiling oil. And they don't even scream. It's just because Soppy's cool though. They're like super powerful and stuff. I hope D&D gets good again. I hope D&D, well, I don't know about again. Every single other edition that I've tried to play or I've looked into playing has sucked worse than 5th edition. I hope 5th edition gets more simplified and becomes D&D. They punch me unconscious every morning. They? Jane? Who's the they in this phrase? They beat your ass every morning until you fall asleep. The they in they, them. The liberal. Oh fuck, what was that one really good Tumblr post that was like, I want to laugh at this, but the damn liberals have beaten me past tears or something like that. I can't find joy in this world that the liberals are in. Comedy gold, folks. What time is it? 10:30. Damn. This is probably my last one. They have the hacker on their team. That'll be fun. So we'll probably be over in like a half an hour. What is your favorite TF2 match? Map? Map or match? I'm not sure. Match up? Map. Okay. I'm not sure actually. The match that I ever played. Quick, close your eyes and think back through 3,000 hours of TF2 and find your favorite one. You know, I'm not sure. Trying to think. I think I always like Capture Point. God, he's just too quick. He's too quick. Ow! Okay. I like any Capture Point matches. I like Hoodoo. What is Hoodoo? Is this gonna be a Hoodoo these nuts? If you describe the map, I might know it. Look up Hoodoo. Hoodoo TF2. Oh, I don't think I... Oh, no, I do know this map. Is this a new map? Oh, no, Sniper vs. Smite. This is an old map. 2009 patch. Jeez. I played this once new. I think I kind of like this one. I don't like payloads, though. That's a consistent thing between me in this game and in Overwatch. Oh, also Trash King. Thanks for joining the Discord. Make sure you make it a intro post so that we can get you... enable the boost progress. I'm not doing that shit. Make sure you make an intro post. Where the fuck are the intro posts? Oh, in introductions. There. TF2D's nuts. Really good, E-Critter. Really good. What was I fucking talking about? But yeah, same with Overwatch. I like control points because it allows for a way more death payload. A little bit of a reach, Soppy. It allows for a way more like deathmatchy style fight, but you can also like group up and play like a team as well. So it adds like a good kind of mixture there. With payload, you can kind of, it's like attack and defend constantly. I also just hate snipers in general. I think Widowmaker and Sniper with the sniper rifle both kind of just suck. With the ability to, like, you know, one-hit kill you from across the continent for no negative, like, consequence to themselves. And the counterplay to them is, like, just walk up to them and shoot them with a big gun and kill them instantly. No, so you didn't hear what I was about to say. I am actually a fan of the Huntsman, and I'm okay with Hanzo. Because the Huntsman has strange travel time. You have oh my god, your eyes went crazy! You have counterplay because it's a really good emote in response to "you hate me." You have counterplay because you can see around you at all times, right? That's fun. And you also can... Hold on, I have to focus here. Where the fuck is the enemy? What the fuck? Oh, cool. There he is. You have counterplay because you can see around, and the enemy can usually see an arrow coming towards them, right? So as a result, you have a good amount of like shit you can do in order to try and counter like this happening to the enemy. Raymond, please! Raymond! Yes, he got him! He got the hacker! Holy shit! He missed every single shotgun shot on his life, but yeah, that was good. They see, but if they don't have time to move, yeah, that's they can always crouch. I mean, I feel like there is more counterplay to an arrow coming in than there is to a bullet coming in, right? Because you also can't just like skill check. You don't know how good a sniper is until they've already killed you, right? In the same manner, you don't know how, but with an arrow, you can see the arrow coming, and if you move into it, that's kind of your fault. If you don't move into it, I got 2 kills? What the fuck? Damn, we're kind of winning this. Thank God. No! Damn it! Shit. I'm a good sniper, but I like the Hudson more than the gun. I think the gun is unfair. For the exact reason you just saw. In theory, you can get so good at sniper in TF2 that you can do what this hacker is doing. Or you could just hack. I don't think one-shot abilities should be in the game. I think if the only hackers that existed were heavy hackers, that's kind of interesting, actually, right? Because you have now effectively a raid boss. You have a very strong thing that can be countered, but is hard to do so. And you are rewarded because if you take out the enemy heavy, well, you know, you've killed a hacker, sure, that's good, but you can also do other shit, too, with the coordination that you've just developed. Did I just see a shadow? You guys think I can just cap this in time?
The control point is being contested.
Ah, I couldn't. God damn it. I didn't even see him, like, fucking started the animation there. This is going to be a fun final game because this won't end. We will do this infinitely until Raymond, the Chad, is able to kill them again. Also, didn't even realize we had a bot. The classic purgatory prank. Uh-oh, streamer got in limbo. I guess I'll just spawn into this guy. Cool. Cool, epic, awesome sauce, radical, awesome, cool, sweet. Oh my god, I didn't even tell you guys. I had a Frappuccino today. Oh, if those of you follow on Tumblr, you probably saw what I did. But I had to go to work today, and I stopped by Starbucks, and I had a caramel Frappuccino, which is extremely sugary, full of all this stuff, and probably, you know, not very good for you. Got a whole bunch of sugar, but it was so tasty. It was delicious. I was so happy with just the drink that I had. Right? I like frappuccino. Sounds like an Italian slur. I'll accept it. Also, can we cap? Girl.
We have captured the control point. Alert. Our control point.
Oh, you're fucked! That was really funny. In 5, 4, 10. Hey, don't say in 5, 4, whatever. That was really good for me. Oh my god, we did it and I won! Were you guys counting down to my win? Were you guys counting down to my win? Yay! I'll explode for you, Soppy. I don't have explode bound. I have kill. Close enough. Yeah, but it was so good. I was like, oh my god, this is so yummy and tasty. That is one thing that Starbucks does very well. Don't go to Starbucks and get a black coffee. Go to Starbucks and get a drink. Go to Starbucks and get one of their Frappalapple Weepos. Ones that, like, you know, you will never make at home because you don't have an espresso machine, you don't have a milk frother, and you can't nitro brew your own fucking whipped cream at any point in time, right? But go and get those things from Starbucks because they're good.
First blood. That was fast. The control point is being contested.
What? Why did I get backstabbed? Did we kill them? We did not kill them. Why are we not killing the spy?
Control point is being contested.
Girl? Girl, move. Girl, come on, please, girl. Fuck off.
We have lost the control point.
I am fully charged.
Empowering the spy? Don't empower the spy! The spy was fucking sapping our shit! That guy was a bitch! Oh, is that the other spy? Uh-oh. I'm not looking that wrong there. Hey, it's Malwarebright's Premium.
Alert. The control point is being
Oh,
contested.
shit. Look, see? Look at this dipshit. Look at that spy. That spy's a dipshit. I hate him. We're just gonna go this guy. We have to go in the last 10 seconds. No, don't kill him. Do not let him walk. He's walking on the point. Just fucking kill. Yes, get a big slutty drink. One of the most important things we can have in this life is slutty little drinks.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Oh. It will be so sweet. And if you're ever worried about like you know, things being unhealthy too in calories, honestly, I was surprised. I had that drink. I had a light lunch. I was hungry till dinner. The 300 calories, I could taste them, I could feel them. I was enraptured, I was empowered, I was ready to go.
3, 2, 1.
This guy needs to fuck off. Here, I have to actually heal this medic.
I am fully charged.
Okay. Cool that he died. I'm not healing you though.
First blood. That was fast.
Where the fuck is he?
Don't go here, doctor. I am charged.
You play this game like an anthill? What does that even mean? Get more sensible insults. You're being unreasonable. Trash King, Ember, you have been added to the gamer role. Enjoy your stay. Just like an anthill? Why do you call it an insult? Why would you think ants...
Does nothing. Get on the point.
It's getting like a block of cheese. Now that is a not also sensible insult. Where the fuck is my heavy?
Our control point is captured.
There's never been a greater ally in the history of gaming than what this heavy is doing to us. Oh my god, he just walked to the end and capped everything. It's fine. We're good. We're good, folks. We love to see it. We love to see a little bit of Badlands chugs. Folks, have you heard of a man named the Grimace? That's right. The biggest McDonald's Grimace birthday cake chug. We're watching that. 2 quick chugs. Oh my god, a 9-minute chug. 2 long chugs, and then we're off. Enjoy the darkness. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I didn't know this was 9 minutes long. Hey, Badlands chugs time.
Don't touch that mouse. Oh yes, you see what the soda plugs has dropped off, all right?
Soda plugs are
Air
back
freight,
at it.
As per usual, super
Soda
early.
plugs are
Ladies
back
and
with
gentlemen,
the
this
new
right here
Mountain
is
Dew
Mountain Dew
Baja
Baja
Caribbean
Caribbean
Splash.
all right? Let's splash this into a chug vessel and get it.
Let's splash this into a chug vessel. My man is never missing. Every line from him a hit. Just transcendent to hear him speak and wonderful to see the joy in his eyes.
On, folks. 2 weeks before it comes out, we got our hands on the newest Mountain Dew
2 weeks before it came out?
Baja
I can't believe it just started saying it would just walk on stream.
Blast, all right? This right here, folks.
Guys, I actually have a new thing I need to do in my life. I will do a full body and face reveal if it is on a Badlands Chugs video in which I chug off against him. I will commit to that right now. If I can ever get to the size where Badlands Chugs will chug with for or against me. Hey, is the stream like lagging a lot? Is the stream like are the animations stopping a lot? I'm just seeing that. Let me go to the wrong thing. Okay, good. Nothing was on there. Make it happen. Unfortunately, this means I have to, like, try if I ever want that to happen. Buffered for a sec for me. I didn't drop any frames, but I think, like, it just, like, stopped. This always happens whenever I use fucking Firefox, too. Use Firefox, but not while you're on my stream, it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Let's keep going. Nope, buffering. Buffering right now. I just watched that. I just watched that happen. It's buffering all my shit, too. We're gonna close it. We're gonna close it out. God damn it. I look up so much Yu-Gi-Oh shit. Now, if I type in Y in autocomplete, it goes to YGOPRODECK.com. Which is what you do to watch Yu-Gi-Oh shit.
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh
yes.
decks. Sorry.
Is Mountain Dew Baja Caribbean Splash. It says on the can that this is a dew with a blast of natural and artificial guava flavor. Guava. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever had a guava soda except for the sodas that I had in Maui. So
I don't think I've ever had a guava soda except for when I had a guava soda in Maui.
folks, how are we gonna chug this awesomeness that we got early from the soda plugs? Well, as per usual, you know I had to do a poll, okay? And yo, I was like, should we use Thor's hammer to do this? Should we put it in the DOS boot? Should we use the Kraken, you know, shotgun it? Or should we use the new chug
I don't think
globe,
I've ever
alright?
had
So I did the
guava
poll
juice.
and 50% out of 11,000 votes
Yes,
said
another chug
use
globe. Oh,
the
I'm shaking my
chug
hands
globe.
in joy.
Oh my
I'm so
God.
excited about the chug globe.
This chug globe is getting some burn. Oh yes. For
Oh,
those
there's
who don't know
water
what this
in there
is,
still.
this
Hey,
right
there's
here
fluid,
is
buddy.
what
There's
we call
for sure
chugging the
fluid there.
world,
You
all right?
sure?
It's a decanter. It holds about a liter, and yo, we're about to do this. We're in the process of getting a bigger chug globe, okay?
Ooh.
So if this is the Earth, we're going to get the Jupiter version,
The
all
Jupiter
right? We
chug
have a lot of
globe.
cans here, so I just want to do 2 more chugs, all right? But which one should I do? Well, we're going to let the chug wheel decide, all right? Yeah, let's spin it. Spinning.
I'm sorry. This is the first appearance of the chug wheel. What do we have? Yard glass, DOS Blute, Thor's hammer, shotgun, and chug globe. Wait, we already know we're using the chug globe. Why is this a question?
Oh, it's spinning. Let's see. All right, already got the chug globe. We already did the chug globe, all right? Let's try again. Oh. All right. All right, we shotgunning, all right? Using the Kraken tool, okay?
He does not seem
We have
happy
to do
about
one
shotgunning.
more, okay? So let's get one more in this bad boy. Oh my goodness,
What?
all right? Yo, the yard glass is going to make an appearance. Let's put this
What is
down
this for?
and let's step into the chug zone.
can't chug
Let's
all
do
the soda in the chug
shotgun
globe? Why did he
first,
roll
all
it
right?
twice
This is the
then?
best shotgun tool I've ever used, man. No more using my teeth. No more using my
Oh, there
thumb,
must be multiple. Okay, I
no more
understand now.
using my keys. You just put it in. Oh my goodness. And then go. Cheers, folks. And that's it.
Okay, didn't need to.
We're
have
about
that.
to pour this new soda into the.
I'm sorry. Poll has to come up. Poll has to come up. Actually, it's a prediction. It's not a poll. It's a prediction, not a poll. Prediction. Start a prediction. This man gives mosquito. Oh my gosh! I already have the fucking prediction ready. 1 minute prediction. Does Badlands Chugs use a funnel? Will he use a funnel? Get your predictions in now. Get your channel points in right now. Will he use a funnel? Yes or no? To fill up this chug globe, will he use a funnel or will he just hand pour all of his fucking fluids into the thing. 1 minute pull. At 10 seconds left, I will give my prediction. Oh, we're almost even. 40 yes, 30 no. Yes is still edging it out slightly. I can't see the poll, so predicting. You can't see the poll? If you click down by the little treats, it should say prediction online. 70 for yes, 30 for no. I think he will not be using a funnel here. They break for me sometimes. Okay, that's fair. All right.
Chug globe, okay? There it is. Let's get it, folks.
No funnel.
Oh yeah, no funnel this time, because that last.
Okay, how do I fucking predict it to give a result? / prediction. Choose outcome. No funnel. Who won? Who won? Oh, Ren won? I'm assuming that means that Wheat lost.
Last funnel I used in the Burger King Spider-Man video was a little crazy. I spilled more with the funnel than without the funnel. All right. So that's the first can in. Oh, I love that. Look at that.
That looks like a potion bottle now.
Second one in. Pour it in. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right.
Is that what
Soda
Blava
Puffs
looks
got
like?
their
Both
hands
Rens won?
on some
Nice.
of those rare
Kitty
primes,
and
all
Soul Ren
right?
won.
They got their
Ren
hands
sweep.
on that KSI prime, all right? Yo, I'm going to be chugging more than one, folks. So stay tuned for that. Still working on the baseball prime, the Dodgers prime, still working on that UFC prime, still working on that WrestleMania prime.
What is he
all
fucking
right?
saying?
Let's fill this all the way to the top. Yes, let's even fill the Arctic Circle with it, the North Pole, Santa Claus land, all right?
That kind of looked like the bonk.
Oh,
Okay.
Santa
Wait, is it staggering?
Claus land, all right?
That kind of looked like a bong. That looked like he was hitting that yonky splunky, if you know what I'm fucking saying, brother. Wait, did it just... Oh, never mind.
Yeah, let's put the top on it. And yes, this is goodness right here. Look at that guava.
Quite honestly, me, when I hit that... I'm sorry for making you British, Amber. I'm very sorry. Amber, correctly? Ember! Fuck! Ember, I'm honestly sorry for making you British, but I do have to say, quite honestly, me, when I hit that shit, Slimer.
Guava in it. Oh, man. So I put it... Oh! What the fuck?
I looked away for a second to check on Ember's pronouns.
That guava in it. Oh, man. So I put it... Oh!
Now that one's me when there's
Really good Chug's face, too.
Oh, man. So I put it... Oh!
Like Frosty. He looks like Frosty just found out he can die. She carved on my nation plus 3 Ember.
I forgot about that, folks. Yes, the carbonation is something else. All right. They're chugging the whole world, folks. This...
I'm sorry, I don't know what's up with my stream. It keeps pausing. You know what? I'm gonna close out the Streamlabs stream elements. Maybe that's it. Hello? They won't close. Oh, why won't they close? Sorry, 1 second. The stream is paused. It is on pause. I need to force myself to kill a task. Stream. Hey, I'll just go to fucking Steam. Stream avatars are showing as they are still running. Okay, now they're closed. Okay, good.
This time we're stopping in the Caribbean, okay? To chug this Mountain Dew goodness. Behold, Mountain Dew Pineapple Splash in the chug globe like y'all wanted, okay? So, only one thing to say right now.
It's still pausing. I'm sorry about the buffering. Sorry about the buffering. I don't know what's causing it to buffer.
Oh yes, that was delicious. Oh my goodness, what is this right here? This is the yard glass, ladies and my bad. My bad. It's been at least a year since I cracked this open, alright? So
The fuck just happened?
we're chugging the whole world, folks. This time we're in the chug globe. Delicious. Oh my goodness, what is this right
Sorry, I gotta go back to 1x speed.
here? This is the yard glass, ladies and my bad.
Streamlater.
My bad. It's
What? What? He's blowing dust off of it, and his son is angry that he was blowing the dust off onto him because he has a Streamlater? Am I clocking this correctly?
been at least a year since I cracked this open, alright? So, you can take this. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. A real yard glass.
I'm sorry, it's been a year since he's cracked it open, and there's water in it still?
think the last time I used this bad boy, I can't even remember, but yo, we about to do this, all right? And yo, if you're ready, I'm ready to.
There's so much water still in this. There is an insane amount of water still in this thing after a year.
Get it on with this bad boy. So let's get it. Oh, it's spilling. Woo! Get rid of some of the foam, all right?
Oh, he spilled!
Woo! Man, I miss that so much. The rush of liquid that comes in and just, you know, if you're not ready for it, it's all over you. Chugging the world.
Quite frankly, that's what my partners say when I. That's what my partners say when we.
McDonald's hitting the grimace.
Folks, it is Grimace's birthday, all right?
Oh,
and
so
you
red.
know what we gotta do. They got his own shake, purpled out and everything, and you know we gotta try.
I like this pop penis music.
Introducing the McDonald's Grimace birthday purple shake. Ha ha! Don't touch that mouse.
Shout out Grimace. Shout out Versace. You made me look that shit right out of the Grimace? No, they blended that fucker up.
Don't touch that mouse, folks. TV remote or phone screen, because your boy Bad Legs Chugs is on. And yo,
TV remote. Are people watching Badlands Chugs? God damn it, Pretzel Rocks! Sorry. I hate my audio sources. Are people watching Badlands Chugs on the TV? And if so, why aren't I doing that?
it is Grimace's birthday. Oh my gosh, you know the big Barney looking, man, purple thing from McDonald's that we all used to know. And man, purple. Barney look. It is Grimace's birthday. Oh
This is what they say about my pecker.
my gosh, you know the big Barney looking man purple thing from McDonald's that we all used to know and love, all right?
No, retracted statement. That's what they say about the food that I make.
Grimace has been out of action for a minute, but yo, he's back.
It's still
and
fucking
it's his
buffering.
birthday, all right?
Everything is buffering.
And
I don't
they
know
just
why. I'm
brought
sorry.
This bad boy out, okay?